Good evening, everyone. Hello. How's everyone doing tonight on this fine particular night? Tonight. October is coming. I know. I mean, October is here, but Halloween's coming up real soon.
Halloween is approaching us, ladies and gentlemen. So,
all right, let's get live. Yeah. Let's get live. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to an all-new episode of the Anination podcast. My name is Nate, and Omid, summer right side here.
What is up, everyone? How are y'all doing in the Nation world? And yes, we're still upon a spooky month, so hope you got your Halloween plans ready.
Oh, have you got your Halloween plans ready too?
I actually do. Well, not so much like Halloween oriented, but it's more like I'm gonna visit my brother this week, Halloween weekend.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Wait. So you're gonna be there all through Halloween?
I'm gonna be there, like Halloween weekend, Saturday night to Monday. But in terms of Halloween day, I do have work, so
I know.
Yeah.
But do you have anything after that? Maybe like do some Halloween stuff here and there?
Not really. Well, except go to a certain place to get me some burritos.
Okay, so Chipotle. Oh, wait, look, you already said burritos, and I'm like, Chipotle is already going to be our spot.
Yes.
I think some of you already mentioning on our comments that you guys have watched the newest episode of The Loud House, which is the Halloween Spooktacular. We haven't seen it yet, but if you guys want to comment down whatever you guys mentioned, it will give us a little bit more excited about the special that we're going to be watching real soon.
Unless, as long as you don't post spoilers, you're all good.
Yeah, just don't put spoilers out there for us. Yeah. I don't even know Halloween plans for us. Like, I was thinking me and Jess will probably go out to Paramount not Paramount. We don't call it Paramount anymore. It's not California's Great
Halloween
America.
Haunt.
Yeah, I want to go check that out because I know there's
nice.
always a lot of haunted houses there, and see how things are over there.
All right, nice.
Yeah, all right, but yeah, let's see. Let's see what's going on in your life. So how's it been this weekend?
This weekend has been pretty chill. Now, of course, this Saturday I went to a social gathering. Me and my coworkers, our workplace had a social gathering that took place in a park.
Nice.
So what we did was that we pretty much hung around, chilled, had some food, and we did some pumpkin painting as well.
Nice. I remember I saw your pumpkin that is like a boo.
It's
a boo
one.
from Super Mario itself.
Yes, and because the pumpkins they weren't real pumpkins, they were fake pumpkins, but it came into two colors, orange and white. And I figured that I'm gonna pick the white. I'm just gonna paint the boo's face and everything. So yeah.
Okay, so that's cool. But it's with your company, so I'm assuming that it was just you and a couple of other coworkers just having a fun time.
It was me and a bunch of other coworkers
Nice.
having a good time. Yes.
Nice. That's cool.
And also on Sunday, that was my train of thought.
Well, first off, on Sunday you were
on
watching
Sun-
football. I would imagine.
Sunday I was watching football, and also we went to a friend's birthday party.
Nice. And we'll talk about football later, but yeah.
Yeah, it was at a marketplace. So
Okay. Nice. Oh yeah,
That's what we did.
That's
You were
what
there,
we did.
dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say what were we talking about? We did go to that place. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
How did you forget?
No, you forgot. I didn't.
Okay, yeah. Besides that, anything else or?
Nothing much I want to say. It was just two fun days in a row.
Nice, not bad. So what happened on Saturday is that I went to the Ren Fair for the very first time over at our area. And first off, I never expected the traffic to be so bad, but then again, I understand it is the last weekend for the Ren Fair, so that's why anybody wants to go check it out. It is actually pretty fun. Everybody was dressed up in medieval cosplays, in armor and chainmail, and all these outfits here and there. I saw a Deadpool cosplayer in Renaissance garb.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's awesome.
ole, Deadpool in the Renaissance Fair.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping you took a picture of it somehow.
I didn't, unfortunately, no. Because anybody can actually, I just realized anybody can actually make medieval costumes. You can make a dress, you can make armor, not really armor, but it's more outfits that people have worn back in the medieval days. So you can make a Robin Hood outfit, you can make a Peter Pan outfit, and then that will work as a Renaissance Fair costume to say.
Well, yeah, it's basically like cosplay. It's similar to that when you go to a convention center, but not really. It's more you pretty much make your costumes. You wear your costumes as long as it's, stays true to the Renaissance era.
Yeah, you just got to make sure it's into the Renaissance era part. But
Yeah.
we ended up watching a joust, which is pretty cool. The food was pretty good over there. We tried archery for the first time, and that was pretty cool. And then I got heckled by an old lady telling me how to even hold a bow and how to actually launch an arrow and that kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So it's my first time even holding a bow. So I want to make sure that I actually know how to freaking aim right.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good games that were out there too. What was it? You could throw knives, you could throw stars, you could throw axes, which I wanted to do too, was the throwing axe part, but we didn't have time for that since it was we went there at noon and then it closed at 6:00. So yeah.
Oh, I see.
We watched the joust, we watched some plays, we saw some awesome people doing their stuff here and there. We even see a blacksmith literally making weapons, which I thought was pretty sick.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, they have this hammer. They go.
Yeah, it's more like hammer. It's more like a metal. It's like a blacksmith,
Yeah.
So they do metal parts here and there. It's not really about swords. It's more they can make accessories like knives and forks. They can make what was it? Barbecue utensils, that kind of thing. So
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, very nice. Yeah.
and I was actually cosplaying in this Ren Fair actually. So I cosplayed Rain Whispers because he was a bard for the Bard Coven.
They were a bard.
Sorry,
Yeah.
they were a bard for the Bard Coven, and God, so many people actually noticed me. I'm like, really? You guys watch Owl House? Okay, cool. Thank you guys.
Well, because most people who do go to the Renaissance Fair are usually into this fantasy legend stuff. So yeah, of course they would know Owl House. So,
Yeah, I mean, no, Renaissance. It's not even Renaissance itself, because like Owl House itself, it's not even a Renaissance theme. It's just more of like magic and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's not Renaissance, but it's like, you know, fantasy and magic.
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
just said, yeah.
And I feel like every outfit from the Owl House can actually work as a Renaissance fair outfit. Like I can wear Gus's like usual costume, or usual like outfit, and then that would also be like, you know, something like that. You can't wear Luz's outfits obviously, because that's not Renaissance fair theme, like, you know. So yeah, I mean, I mean it sucks because I was the only Owl House cosplayer there. I did also see a Tartarus, so I'm assuming Doctor Who fans will probably love that. Oh, and I saw Dipper, Mabel, and even the Stans. I'm like, what?
Wait, the Pines family in the Renaissance fair?
Yeah, the Pines family was there. I'm like, so we were watching the Blacksmith show, and I saw a cosplayer of Dipper and Mabel, and then I also did see the Stans, like Grunkle Stan and Stanford Pines. So I saw the Stans, and I'm like, oh my god, this is cool, but I'm watching a show. Like, I can't just leave my seat and just take a picture immediately. Oh my gosh. No, but I mean, people are being creative when it comes to their costumes. So when I just saw Gravity Falls cosplayers, I'm like, oh my god, this is sick. So I had to.
Awesome, yeah.
Again, Ren Fair surprised me here and there. Oh, and another thing too, a little bad side when it comes to the Ren Fair, it is in the fields. So you are going to pick up a lot of dust around the area.
Oh, right.
My shoes got so dusty at the end of it, and we were also having a lot of allergies after the Ren Fair.
Oh man!
So I had to.
I would imagine.
Yeah, so I ended up like taking a day off on Sunday just to say like, okay, I'm gonna need to make sure my eyes will water the next couple of days. Yeah. So, but yeah, Ren Fair was absolutely fun. So yeah, you should really check it out next year.
Yeah, hopefully I can. And also, Ren Fair more like Rain Fair, right?
No. I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to bring rain again next year.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, your rain costume looked good from what I've seen.
It did, yeah. Do you see the pictures on Instagram?
I saw pictures, yeah.
Yeah. You should go over it next time. It's fun.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. And then on Sunday, we did go to our friend's little hangout, which is just like for a couple of hours. We ended up getting some good food over at his hometown. And yeah, that was pretty much it. And then we can actually talk about our football games, which means that we got to talk about how disappointed our teams are right now.
Oh my god.
Raiders suck and the 49ers suck. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Niners suck. I mean, we even have injuries here and there. Like my freaking wide receivers are sick and dead. Like not dead, but more like injured.
Ayuk, bro.
Ayuk is out for the season. Deebo Samuel is probably out this week because he's sick. Yeah, and I'm like, he got pneumonia. I'm like, oh fuck, man, no.
Let's just say we're not going to see them in the Super Bowl this upcoming Super Bowl.
I'm getting my doubts right now that they're going to make it to the Super Bowl. Maybe the playoffs, but not the Super Bowl. And something tells me a better team. But here's the thing. Chiefs are probably going to be in the Super Bowl. That's all I can say. They're the only undefeated team, but they're looking good. But I feel like somebody from the NFC North is going to win it. Packers, Vikings, Bears.
The Lions do have a chance as well.
Lions, yes. Yeah. So I'm just saying out there, NFC is wide open now. Mm-hmm. So it's not all Niners, guys. It's so sad. It was so sad for me to even say it right now.
That's why, like, you know, NFC, it's not just, you know, one team that's predicted. It could be any team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But speaking about your Raiders, unfortunately, it's a good thing it's a good thing in our pick'em I actually picked against them. Oh, and again, they did something that they did last year.
Yeah, seriously, it's just like,
so
I can't believe I'm saying this, but oh god, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need
yes, you need the GOAT, right? The GOAT.
We need him
as
our coach.
You need who? Belichick? Or I thought you talked about Tom Brady. I'm like, Tom Brady. You need.
You know what I'm talking about.
You need Brady for sure.
Look, I love AP. I love his spirit, but he ain't it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
AP was.
You all right? No. I just remember last year you were riding on AP throughout. Like, yes, AP is gonna be our future and stuff like that. And then look at him now.
Because he has the passion. He knows what he's doing.
Yes, but then the full season happened.
And now he's turned to Josh McDaniels 2.0. It's just...
That's like an insult to him, actually.
Ridiculous. They even pulled the same stupid move, like kicking the field goal.
Look, I picked Rams this week to win, and this would have been a good time for you to actually kick me out of the whole race, but I don't know why the Raiders did. You're down by 8 points and you end up kicking a field goal.
Like, it was a perfect time for my favorite team to give less competition, and they failed at doing that. It's just...
Yeah, I just remember watching one of the YouTube like sports analysis people that I saw, and he did the same thing that he did last year. You kicked the freaking field goal.
It's deja vu. It's deja vu. And I'm thinking to myself, I thought we were with AP. I thought we weren't with McDynasty anymore. What is this?
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me about your coach now. Yeah. So
AP, you disappoint me.
So you're not gonna make the play. You're not gonna make the Super Bowl. That's for sure.
Neither. Well, I mean, you'll make it to. Hopefully, make it to playoffs. If you're
Yeah,
lucky,
we might make playoffs,
Super
but Super Bowl is probably a long shot now. I do have one thing to say for you. You're going to the Raider game next week. How are you feeling about it? How are you feeling about it coming up?
I am going this upcoming weekend. This Sunday, I'm going. It's gonna be so good to go to Allegiant Stadium again. It's my football heaven.
Look. You've been saying that a lot. That they always go to Allegiant Stadium. That like it's been since February though. To be fair, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. We just started a new quarterback.
Who? Gardner Minshew?
No.
Desmond Ridder.
Desmond Ridder. Yeah.
Is he your starter or is it gonna be Minshew?
Hopefully they'll start Desmond if AP is smart.
Ridder is the ex-Falcons quarterback, so I don't know about that.
Because Gardner Minshew isn't that great either. So I want to see.
He led the Colts last year to like some good win games.
Like I'd rather that they test the waters. Just put in Desmond, see how he's doing. If he's not doing that great, put Gardner in.
Yeah, I would say start Minshew first, then put Desmond Ridder in. I don't know if you can actually like learn a playbook in 4 days. So yeah,
it's very limited time, unfortunately, and with the limited time that we have, it's.
I have a feeling I know who I'm picking this week. So
yeah. I hope you're not talking about.
Oh, I don't know. You'll see it when we go to that game.
You know what surprised me?
That's what happened last week. I surprised you all. But yeah, I was right.
But yeah, needless to say, I'm disappointed in my Raiders. I really thought that with AP on board, it would make a change, but it's the same old story, same old song and dance.
Yeah. We also do want to talk about a championship that's going on as we're recording. Starting this Friday. The World Series is starting. It is going to be the Yankees against the Dodgers. So who are you picking on that one?
I want Yankees to win because
I want none. Actually, no. Let me be a Dodgers fan now. Just don't hate me because of that. Well, because you remember what happened in July, right? I went to the Dodger Stadium, and then I finally get to see a Dodgers game.
Like I'm no Yankee fan, but I'll even take them over the Dodgers any day.
I know you would because you're a Giants fan, but
yes.
Am I becoming a Dodgers fan because the
Hololive
event happened and one of my Oshis sang the 7th inning stretch, so maybe I'm getting a little bit fan based out of that.
I'm still pretty miffed that you entered that.
I entered that and it's not bad. It looks pretty cool. It's so weird because it's on top of a hill. Like Dodger Stadium's on top of a hill, while your stadium is literally next to the water.
See, the event is fine, but it's the venue that's problematic. The venue that's problematic.
What do you mean by problematic? Just because it's Dodger fans?
It's Dodgers fans. Yeah. I'm not happy with the venue at all. The event I don't mind so much.
I mean, look, Dodgers, you're making me become a fan. Is this your curse to me to become a Dodgers fan by having a lot of anime references here and there?
Oh God, no. If you represent blue, I'm not talking to you anymore.
I technically I'm gonna be representing both blue if I'm gonna pick Yankees too. So
That is true, and that's kind of thing is that with this World Series, it's pretty much the blue series. It is
the blue series, yes. But I'm just saying. Let's go Dodgers. I'm pretty sure we made my whole area here is probably going to hate me now for saying this on the podcast.
Let's go Yankees.
Okay, fine. Deal with the rich people. I think they're both rich teams. What am I going to say? They're both rich teams.
Exactly. It's up to you to choose the lesser of two evils. And you know what? Unless you're a Giants fan, Dodgers will always be the lesser evils to you unless you're a Giants fan.
I am not a Giants fan. That's the thing. So I can pick Dodgers, right?
So if you're not a Giants fan, I guess, but I'm going to give you flack for it.
Yeah, of course you will. I was supposed to actually wear like a Dodgers hat today, but I don't have it with me right now. So
Good.
All right, let's actually start this episode up. All right. So let's go ahead and start up the new episode, but we actually have to start it off with some really bad news, and actually it does pertain to this particular show, Girl and Devil Dinosaur. So, if you have been following up on all social medias and all websites currently, Girl and Devil Dinosaur is ending. It is ending. So, after 2 seasons, they will not have a season 3. Girl and Devil Dinosaur is going to be off DisneyTVA's plate. It is ending after right when season 2B comes out. So, how shocked were you to hear about Girl and Devil Dinosaur not getting canceled, but ending?
Well, Another one bites the dust. Anyway, yeah, when I heard about Girl, Devil Dinosaur cancellation, I was, half surprised, but at the same time, I really wasn't because, well, you've seen how Disney handles their animated shows. Unfortunately, we just got a bad burn from Haley's on it.
Yeah,
and now we have this to add insult to injury.
I feel like this is different because they already know. Like, I think this was already planned because what I heard from the executive producer Steve Lauder, he said that they kind of knew it already. That's why when they were making season 2B or the second part of season 2, they know that they were going to make the final episodes.
Yeah, so at least with this, they'll get some sort of satisfying conclusion. Unlike Haley's
on it itself, they were left hanging, wondering if they were going to have a new season, and it ended up actually biting them in the butt because we now don't have a new season of Haley's on it. We don't even have Haley's on it.
Yeah, that was the most infuriating part. At least with this, we're getting proper closure.
Yeah, exactly. At least for this one, we're at least getting some proper closure. But there's just so much stuff that I'm going to miss out from Girl, Devil Dinosaur. Like, oh my God, Lunella is just an absolute genius. He's kind of like the mini Iron Man to say.
Yes.
Devil Dinosaur is officially lovable. I think the most important person that I'll miss out will be Casey because she was just made up for this cartoon and she rocked it throughout the whole entire show. Oh, she's just an influencer. No, she's actually more influencer plus a lovable friend, and you never expect that for influencers in these days.
Yeah, Casey was definitely another key example of a social media influencer that could turn out to have, great character development, have her be more than just a social media influencer. She could turn out to be a genuinely good person.
No, I mean, if anything, it sucks because, I know that Girl, Devil Dinosaur is based off a comic book series. It's just that Casey was just a light a breath of new life for a TV show that is going to be successful. So, yeah, I mean, oh God, it shocked. When I first heard the news, I was shocked. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, because something's going on in DisneyTVA. Yes, just the fact that you actually are canceling Haley's on it, you're canceling Girl, Devil Dinosaur, which are all story-driven shows. What the heck is happening in DisneyTVA? That's the big question that is on the top of our minds right now.
Yeah, seriously, it's like this. Either they're pretty much scraping off, serialized story shows to make room for more, episodic slice of life shows, or just about the fact that they're not getting enough proper views.
Yeah, I don't know about it though. I mean, again, something tells me again, there's a big question mark that comes to mind. I don't know if it's really all about the views. I think it's just more of it's a greatly animated show. They did a really good job with the show, but something happened to it that made them cancel it. And I don't know what. Haley's on It was a really great animated show. Why did they cancel it?
Yeah, exactly.
There's just very drastic moves at DisneyTVA that are coming up that I have to investigate, and hopefully after my investigation, which little heads up, I am going to do an episode talking about what is happening in Disney TV media right now, why shows are getting canceled, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be with the factor of the Animation Guild with the strike, or if it's with viewership or AI, etc. Again, more investigations coming up, but let's just stay on topic here if we can. So if Girl, Devil Dinosaur actually did move into a third season, what would you like to see in the show?
I would have liked to see, I feel like this is a concept that needs to be explored more within the show, but I would actually like to see the multiple universes that take place outside of Lunella's universe.
But then that will be in the Girl, Devil Dinosaur show? So are you looking at Lunella going to many universes? Yeah,
have that multiverse be fleshed out, because I feel like, when it was it was introduced in this, season 2 premiere, and then after that they went straight to Lunella's home, and it made me curious more about how the multiverse is personally.
You know what? I really would love to see more of Lunella actually becoming more of a Avenger, to say, because she has been in contact with S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, maybe she could be a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Maybe she could be a part of the other Avengers that were also around, the Lower East Side. For example, you did see Captain America in the show. Why don't we actually have more, Avenger references here and there? Maybe Iron Man might pop up. Maybe Thor. Maybe again Captain America. Let's just have more Marvel appearances, Marvel character appearances pop up. I mean, what was it? Hawkeye's who's the girl from Hawkeye again?
Yeah, I forget her name, but
yeah, Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop. Yeah,
yeah.
she would be a great addition with Moon Girl. You know, maybe Miss Marvel could also hop up in Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur. I would love to see those kind of team ups because they're supposed to be Young Avengers, and I feel like Moon Girl was. I don't know. I never read the comic book series, but I know Young Avengers is a huge thing. Maybe she would have been great for Young Avengers if it was actually possible. So
yeah, not only should they focus on like the Avenger aspect, I like them to focus on the Wakandan aspect, because you saw how this one Wakandan came over to test Lunella's abilities and projects and all that stuff, which by the way is like my favorite episode of that series. I want to see more of that, and I actually want to see up to a point where Lunella herself visits Wakanda.
Yeah, I mean, awesome? See, there's a lot of possibilities when it came to Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur. It's just that now that we're kind of cut short, it sucks that we can't really say much. Yeah.
You know, like there's so much you could do with another season. Oh, and also more Beyonder.
Yeah, and somebody tells me, like, if we're going to be talking about, like, how it ends for Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur, I feel like there has to be something with the Beyonder, because he is apparently huge, and according to the comic books, he's actually a real being, like, in the comic books, so he's actually going to be in a bunch of other, like, comic book series coming up.
Beyonder really stole the show for me, and it's helped that he's voiced by Lawrence Fishburne, who had so much fun with the role. Everything about the Beyonder is a show stealer.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying, though, like, maybe in the end of the show, I feel like Beyonder and Moon Girl will team up with something, and to save the world, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Because like as of now, Beyonder's not exactly happy with Lunella at this moment. So I wouldn't.
And I don't know what is gonna happen because he just disappeared. That's it.
Yeah.
He just disappeared. So what's next? We don't even know because all I remember from that like season 2, not really season 2
premiere.
Yeah, season 2 premiere. There's a season 2 finale. Halfway point.
Yeah.
That showed that Lunella had to face up with this one guy from the first episode of season 2, and it turns out the resolution happened. But like, what other villains are gonna pop up in the show besides that guy?
Yeah, I have a feeling that he's not going to be the only one to come out of, that particular multiverse. I feel like there's going to be other villains from other universes.
Right.
coming.
I feel like there's going to be more villains coming out. I don't know what. Like, do not expect Devil Girl. I don't think that's going to happen.
You think it's just going to be a one-time thing? I feel like...
Yeah, it's going to be a one-time thing, I think. I don't see it in the comics. I don't think Devil Girl and Moon Dinosaur is, like, popping up anywhere.
Even so, I feel like you could make it work if you had, like, at least one episode where they make a recurring appearance. Like,
maybe. But I mean, to team up together in a multiverse, maybe. But I mean, if we're gonna be talking about those final episodes, I don't know how it'll situate. Like, obviously we talk about Moon Girl being a hero, but what about Moon Girl being in the Lower East Side? Like, will she get the respect from her parents after being grounded? How is Casey going to handle things now? Because I know that Casey probably would be like having a peaceful resolution with Lunella or something like that.
Well, obviously, the first episode that's going to appear out of that slot, out of that block, the very first 2 episodes at least is going to focus on the family drama aspect, where it focuses on Lunella being grounded and her having to come to terms with, her mom saying, "You're not Moon Girl anymore." It's going to come to that aspect, and I have a feeling that after the 3rd episode, at least Lunella's mom will somehow warm up to her being a superhero.
Yeah, I know it's a big adjustment for a mother to actually say, "Oh my God, my little girl's a superhero. I can't let her die."
Well, yeah, obviously. Well, she's in the right to act this way towards Lunella being a superhero because, well, it is your daughter. You don't want her to be in danger. So, but I have a feeling she'll learn to come to accept it.
Oh, she will. She will eventually. But the way to do it is based on how the episode will go.
Yeah.
And I would expect more superhero stuff here and there. I do want to see like how other characters in Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur are going to be like having their own resolutions as it ends. So like maybe those smart kids that happened in that one episode will team up again with Lunella.
Yeah, those smart kids were really fun to watch. They were actually very helpful in their appearances in those episodes. But I have a feeling that those smart kids will end up being, Team Moon Girl. They're going to discover the Lunella's Moon Girl, and they're going to help her out.
Right. I'm pretty sure her secret will be revealed more often. Like maybe the Lower East Side will probably reveal Lunella, and then maybe it'll lead up to, I don't know, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Maybe add a Moon Girl reference here and there.
Yeah,
we're loving Moon Girl as a cartoon. Why don't you actually put it in your movies now?
And that's what makes it all the more shocking that this is canceled. This is under the Marvel brand. And you know how Disney likes to milk the Marvel brand? Well, particularly Marvel Studios and all that stuff. This is a Marvel project, so I don't know why it's getting canceled this early. This is Marvel.
Yeah, I think this is, again, more of Disney Channel's part, or DisneyTVA's part. Which leads me to this question. Because of the cancellation of Girl and Devil Dinosaur, what does it mean for DisneyTVA now? Like, we have Big City, we have Primos, we have Hamster and Gretel, and Phineas and Ferb coming out. So what is going on with DisneyTVA? What is the future looking like for DisneyTVA?
The future looking like for DisneyTVA is that serialized story shows are going to be no more. And I have a feeling that, like, the reason why they're getting canceled this early is because...
I wouldn't say no more, maybe on a break, because...
No, but like the reason why they're getting canceled like this early is because they want to, rush into going into this phase of like all episodic shows.
Well, I mean, it's more slice of life shows from the way I'm seeing it. Big City Green, slice of life, but it does have a story where you get to see Whistler probably ruin their lives again. You get to see Primos. I think there's a story in Primos too, because there is continuity in the show. You also can see Hamster and Gretel. There is continuity in that too. There is a story in that as well. So they're trying to keep it slice of life, but have a story in there somewhat.
I think what I mean by that is that, you know how you have these like, big epic adventures like Amphibia, Owl House, Haley's on and all that stuff.
Well, to be fair, like Amphibia and Owl House try to like keep it very slice of life, having like a girl in a different world. I mean, Luz in the Boiling Owls while Anne was in Amphibia.
Yeah, I have a feeling that like this is going to be a much different era. We already seen some much different era, like the light, goofy, slice of life shows. I'm just like like I'm all for both kinds of shows, but the best way to do it is a mixture of both worlds. Like have a variety. I like variety.
Yeah. So at the moment, do you like the current Disney TVA then with those shows that I've just mentioned?
I don't like how Disney TVA is handling their, past shows or any stuff. I just hope that Disney TVA will handle, the surviving shows, better than they did.
They are doing it pretty well, according to what I'm hearing. I mean, we do have a brand new season of Big City Greens coming out. There's a new Phineas and Ferb coming out. Hamster and Gretel, again, currently airing their new episodes right now. We have no idea for season 3. Kif having season 3 coming out. They have announced that, by the way. And then there's also 2 new shows, The Doomies and Stugo, also coming along in 2025. So Disney TVA, I don't know what they're doing. Something tells me they are taking a break when it comes to adventure shows and adventure story driven shows, and kind of make it more into family driven at the moment. So
Yeah, and now I hopefully Disney TV will be better than this, but what I really do hope is that Disney TVA doesn't turn into the Phineas and Ferb channel, because you know how
it's no, don't call it Phineas and Ferb channel. I think it's Big City Greens channel right now. Because Big City Greens is kind of dominating most of the show, most of the network.
No, because you know how Phineas and Ferb is a gigantic show.
It is, but you can expect a lot of fans coming back for Phineas and Ferb. That's for sure. But there's some fans that are from Phineas and Ferb that actually like Hamster and Gretel too. So,
because you know how the other 2 shows, how how some channels do tend to focus milk on one show all the while casting aside the rest.
Yes, I know. I'm seeing it in Big City Greens, dude, and Disney TVA, and I'm seeing it in Nickelodeon with SpongeBob, and I'm seeing it in Cartoon Network with Teen Titans Go.
Yeah,
or Gumball. I actually don't know the identity of Cartoon Network anymore. So
I'm saying the best way to do it is give equal amount of focus to each of your.
Well,
cartoons.
they're still doing it. They're not really putting it like Big City Greens 24/7.
No, they're doing it so far. But I'm saying they don't. I hope they don't fall to that trap.
No, I don't think so, because they are not really. I get it. Big City Greens is on every day. What is it? Primos is airing Monday and the weekends. It's not like literally what Nickelodeon is doing with putting SpongeBob every day to say.
Yeah, I know Disney Channel is better than this.
Yeah, they are. Don't think of it immediately saying that they're going to go through that schedule. I don't think so.
No.
And they have multiple networks too. They have Disney Channel, Disney XD, Disney Junior, while Nickelodeon has Nicktoons Network and Teen Nick.
Yeah, no, sorry. This is just the anxiety type. Shut up, anxiety.
Yeah, seriously. I think we'll be fine. Disney Channel is going to be fine, but it does suck that Girl and Devil Dinosaur is leaving, unfortunately.
I know. We want some more of that Moon Girl magic, damn it.
I know. We love the Moon Girl magic, and we're going to miss Lunella. We're going to miss Casey, but once those new episodes come out in 2025, we have to like marathon it, do as much as you can to support the show before it actually does hit the hay.
Please do, because this show deserves all the love and support.
If anything, keep it on Disney Plus. Again, what they do with Haley's on it, like literally write it off.
Oh, it better not be the same fate as Haley's on it, okay?
I hope not.
At least put it on Disney Plus.
All right. Permanently. All right, next up, let's actually go back a bit and actually talk about a brand new episode that came out for a very popular YouTube series that's now on Netflix. Let's talk about the Amazing Digital Circus.
Oh, yes.
So I gave you guys 4 weeks for you to watch the Amazing Digital Circus. If you haven't seen it yet, please turn it off. And then we'll come back in like 30 minutes, okay? So yeah, come back to the podcast episode when you can.
Yes.
But let's talk about the Amazing Digital Circus, 3rd episode. It's called The Mystery of Mildenhall Manor. So first off, Netflix did pick up the rights to actually air the Amazing Digital Circus. First off, what were you thinking about? How do you think about the move about them actually being on Netflix now?
Oh, I really do like it because it gives more exposure to the show because, well, Netflix is one of, if not the most popular streaming service ever. And so it was a really good move for, this show to be on Netflix because it gets more exposure.
I think if anything, it's gonna make the Amazing Digital Circus more popular. Yeah. And that's what I kind of like to see because at the moment right now, from the way I saw this episode, it's improving. It's absolutely improving. And I'm not saying when it comes to story, because I do think the story is great too. But I do think they're improving a whole lot when it comes to like making an episode and making it look clean, make it look great.
Yeah, if you watch this episode in comparison to the other two, this one looks slightly more polished, slightly more exaggerated animation. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's actually dive into the Mystery of Mildenhall Manor. And from the way you kind of saw that like thumbnail here, kind of feels very Halloween-y, especially when the fact that it is the whole entire cast literally going into literally going into a mansion trying to figure out this mystery that's going on in there.
Yeah, from the thumbnail, you could tell this is going to be one spooky episode.
So how do you like about the whole adventure that Pomni and the rest of the crew are going through?
Now, what I like about this adventure is that it's a nice combination of the horror genre and the mystery genre, and it all colludes into one amazing episode.
Because the thing is, when you actually see, so it's weird from the way I'm seeing it, because from the way I kind of saw how the cast goes, it's just, everybody except for Zoobles going to hop in. And we've seen the trend about Zoobles right now. Like, she didn't go to the first adventure. She didn't go to the second adventure. They didn't go to the first adventure. They didn't go to the second adventure, but they didn't go to the third adventure, which also leads up to this side plot here where Kane actually sits with Zoobles and does this whole thing about therapy or whatever's going on here. Again, there's just so much story, so let's actually just break down through each of them and actually start off with the mansion itself.
Yes.
So let's start off with that because there's just way too many like storylines to go through. So let's start with the mansion because it just had them all come into the mansion, and then we saw that the group did split up where 2 of them went to the scary side and 1 of them went to the normal side.
Yeah.
How do you like this whole plot line where we get to see 2 stories in this particular adventure, where we get to see Kingler and Pomni in one, while the rest of them are in another story?
Yeah. Now, I don't think really this is the first episode to do this. I think it's like the second episode to have a plot A and a plot B. But regardless of that, I do like how balanced out the 2 stories are, and it gives great character development to both like Kinger and Zoople respectively. And like plot B is a nice therapy scene to it's a nice little break from the spooky horror aspect of the episode, and the spooky horror storyline with Pomni and Kinger. Oh my gosh! Like the more you watch it, the more the mystery unravels, and the more spookier it gets.
So they did say this was going to be a terrifying route that both Pomni and Kingler went through, but unfortunately Kingler had to go through that part. I actually have to blame Kingler for this just because he's the one to literally go into that path with Pomni in it. And it is, as what is expected, was scary because you get to see all this nightmare fuel that was all throughout this freaking what was it? This whole freaking adventure that they were going to go through.
Oh god, that monster that terrifies, the one that screams like
yeah, it was like some sort of big face scream, and then
nightmare fuel.
And you even get to see the person who runs the Mildenhall mansion that was going on. He also like leaves some tapes for them to like go through, and you get to see like all this scary moments here and there where you get to see Pomni literally become possessed. You get to see like this headless corpse about to rush them, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? This is definitely nightmare fuel that I'm seeing here.
Possessed Pomni. Yeah. Oh my god, my poor girl's
From the way I'm seeing the possessed Pomni, it kind of reminds me of Murder Drones, also a Glitch Productions show that they made.
Which I haven't seen, but, since I love the show so much, I might get to it soon.
Right. But no, I mean, how do you feel about their adventure? Like how they had to go through all these trials in order for them to escape this maze?
Like I said, it's a nice combination of horror and mystery. And what I like about each of the tapes that plays is that each of the tapes not only help, with Pomni and Kinger in terms of, advancing in their adventure, but it also gives us insight into a character that's not so much a character, but more like, a certain element to get the plot going. That's Baron Mildenhall. Apparently, Baron Mildenhall was pretty much this guy who was pretty much hunting this monster. Think Moby Dick, but a monster, in order to protect his wife. But then the tape reveals that he and Barry Mildenhall comes to realize that because of his lust for revenge, for killing, he becomes a monster himself, and that's when.
Well, he did explain that throughout the whole entire tapes of the episode, yeah.
And pretty much that's when he pretty much shoots his wife or shoots himself or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you see like the headless body coming.
Somebody tells me that was the wife, but that wasn't when I first saw that episode. I was like, wait, why is there a headless body there? Why is there a head? Like a literal head screaming at them too. Plus, like, I don't know what's going on with that head, but unfortunately, like if you get like too close to him, you can actually get eaten. Well, first off, get eaten, but at the same time, you also get like possessed for what they're doing to you. Yeah.
And I also do like how Kinger gets pretty badass himself. Like, he actually can hold himself
This is that's the one thing I also want to explain. Kinger becoming, like, a different side of what he was from the way I first saw those first episodes of the Amazing Digital Circus. Because he was crazy, he looked insane, a little psychotic to say, but this time around he actually was calm. He is actually brave. He's like, he's been through this before, and it can be able to withstand the scariness that comes from the mansion.
Yeah, it's like we've seen a different side of Kinger we haven't seen before, and you do get to see like he's actually more than just a crazy guy. He could turn out to be a down-to-earth guy given the chance.
I feel like this particular episode definitely focuses, I mean, it obviously was going to focus on Pomni and Kinger, and I think it's actually helped their relationship up a lot, because you've already seen how Pomni was. She is kind of like distressed, like absolutely just never got herself placed in this spot ever at all. So whenever stuff happens, whenever these adventures happen, she always gets traumatized, and this also leads to like so many good moments in this episode. Yeah,
and that's what Kinger actually brought up a really wise message of how things may seem weird and crazy in the circus, but you have to appreciate and hold on to the good moments that come from it.
Yeah, I think that was like the best moment from this episode, just the fact that Kinger and Pomni did have a good relationship for them to actually get out of the the maze there. But gives me that heartwarming feeling that Pomni's not alone. They're all in this together, even though all the craziness is happening over the digital circus.
Yeah, it's all the more reassuring for Pomni. This is actually what Pomni definitely needed to hear.
Right.
After 2.5 or maybe 3 episodes of paranoia, fear, and wanting to get out.
Well, yeah, I mean, like there have been like episodes, like for example, the second episode where she actually comforted like that one that one NPC to say.
Yeah, the crocodile. Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course
Goob.
It sucks for Goob because he gets like popped literally when he gets back to the circus, and I'm
like,
bro.
And that's why Pomni asked the question. There aren't going to be any NPCs.
So she knows she's traumatized. We get it. She was traumatized from that.
So I like that callback that she brought up in the beginning of the episode.
Right, and it was so great. It's so great to see that too. So we get to see some continuity here from that.
Absolutely, it excels at continuity.
Yeah, but no way. I mean, like Pomni, Kinger, definitely I think was the best part of this episode. But let's actually move on to the other adventures that were actually in this episode. And I'll just go straight forward. It feels like for Ragatha and Jax,
And Gangle, yeah.
And Gangle, all three of them literally just went through the easy route, and it was the easy route because all they did was just literally talk to
Martha,
the wife. Yes.
Yeah,
and
it was a tea party.
They're literally just having a tea party. They're just discussing and saying how they're mysterious and stuff, and that was like an easy way to go. And I'm like, yes, okay, it makes sense why why Kane literally just said this is for easy people to go through.
Again, it does a nice job of balancing out the scary horror aspects of King or Pomni's story with the calm, cool, collected aspects of Ragatha, Jax, and Gangle's story in the Easy Door.
I think it does kind of suck because like we don't even get to see what they went through. They literally just had a tea party. That's it, and then we didn't see much because I understand the focus was mostly on Pomni and Kinger, but for Ragatha, Jax, and the girl again forgot
Gangle.
Yeah. For all three of them, they literally just walked in and just said, "Let's have a tea party."
Yeah.
While Jax got tied up, and I'm like, "How did that happen? How did Jax get tied up? What did they do? The girls ended up tying him up and say like, "Shut the hell up."
Yeah, because if you remember, Jax wanted to like catch all these ghosts, Luigi's Mansion style. Like, by the way, nice. That was a nice reference to Luigi's Mansion, by the way. Like the vacuum all the ghosts. It's like yes. But anyway, yeah, there was a reason why Ragatha and Gangle did tie up Jax. And muffled his mouth, and it's because Jax could be really crazy.
I mean, he is sadistic. Like the fact that he is like, there's fear in his eyes, but he's just gonna like give it off by just like having other people get sacrificed or something.
And when you have
that's like his behavior, yeah.
And when you have a nut like that in a nut house, you make the nut house even more nuttier. So I say good on Ragatha and Gangle for doing that.
Right. So again, maybe with Martha's influence too, the reason why they tied up Jax. And nonetheless, it's good to actually see Jax not be a part of this episode. I mean, he was a big part of the second episode, but I kind of do hate his attitude now. Like him being sadistic, him being like teasing on Pomni and like all the rest of the cast. It doesn't seem like it's a very great motivator of a team to say. So,
and you know what? I have a feeling that'll change in the future because
you think so. Like I know there's more episodes of Amazing Digital Circus, but I mean I'm waiting for that Jax and Pomni moment or something.
Exactly. See, if they can have a moment with Pomni and Kinger, if they can have development for Kinger, they're gonna have development for Jax as well.
Yeah. If anything, I did like this episode just because Jax wasn't talking, but at the same time, again, there was the whole Kinger and Pomni moments that made me like love this episode a whole lot more. So,
my God,
again, if you haven't watched the episode, please do, because there was some wholesome moments that happened, especially in the manner itself.
The moment that Kinger brought up his wife, like
that one also was crazy because like I didn't know both of them actually went into the digital circus because I thought it was just like one person went into the digital circus, and unfortunately Kinger is one of them.
Yeah, his wife got abstracted. So,
and I felt so sad about that too because like oh my, and then he told me about the story. He tells about the story about like what was it his wife like being like abstracted. She ended up actually, liking it, not really destroying her husband or anything.
Like she even got Kinger into bugs, and before he met his wife, he hated bugs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's something.
Kind of makes you appreciate bugs as a species, I guess.
I guess. I guess I was hella random, to be fair. No. So. Again, not bad for their adventure. Again, some heartwarming moments here and there. Let's actually go back into the digital circus, but we get to see Zubul literally not be a part of the adventure again, and we also do get to see like some sort of like passionate moment where we get to see why Zubul doesn't want to be a part of those adventures because of their looks.
Yeah,
like they try their best to change up themselves, but they can't, find their identity. Yeah. Do something to at least, make them like to be a part of these adventures.
Yeah, because if you look at Zubul, like character-wise, it's just like a bunch of abstract shapes, so you can see why they don't like their looks.
And the thing is, like, they were made this way. They were in the digital circus that way, and they can't even change themselves because they're all the box of Zubuls that were actually in that like they like Kane even said that they can change themselves as much as they can, but again, they don't like it.
Yeah, no matter how much Zubul tries to find, the right look for them, they end up not, finding the right, the right shapes, the right outfits for them.
Right. And then which also kind of upsets me too is that Kane, him, like he would ignore what he would ignore Zubal's, and it kind of makes me kind of a little arrogant. Like obviously it's a little arrogant for Kane to just not really care to say when it comes to characters.
And you can feel Zubal's irritation with Kane. Because Kane's not really paying attention. He's being childish. He even shows Zubal this doodle of a bee, and then that's when Zubal twitches their eye in annoyance
because what is it? Kane literally draw himself in that freaking bee. I don't know. I mean, I do love the whole counseling concept part there, which is okay, cool. We have to tell Zubals maybe join the next adventure. I get it. You don't like those adventures because you'll get killed. Just like what's going on with everybody else that's in those adventures. But then another thing that also came up from that side of the story is the fact that if Kane ends up getting, how to explain it? Because if Kane gets into a problem, the whole game shuts down or something.
Yeah, because how the game is programmed is that Kane has to think of himself as, the guy doing adventures, and that's it. But then, when Kane goes into self-awareness mode about, having an existential crisis, that's when the game crashes down.
Oh, no, it's weird because, I remembered Zubal literally becoming the, the psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Having Kane be in the chair, and he didn't corrupt or anything. He didn't become a glitch in the game or anything like that.
And then I remember Kane bringing up something about the Wild West. It's something I'm just is he foreshadowing a future episode?
Maybe interesting. No, but I just feel I'm getting the gist of what the Amazing Digital Circus is. Everything revolves around Kane. If Kane gets so if something happens to Kane, they're screwed.
Yeah. Not only will if Kane's dead, they're all dead.
Right. Well, if Kane gets shut down, they're pretty much all shutting down with him. They can't escape back to their regular lives. Because, we saw how Pomni got into the digital circus. Something happened where she got sucked from her computer into the digital circus. So, I'm pretty sure that's from everybody, too. So, Jax did the same thing. Ragatha did the same thing. And I know they want to try to escape, but this has been their life now, to be a part of the digital circus, going through these adventures. And I know Pomni, on the other hand, this is one of her first adventures to go through, and I understand her pain, her freaking grief, her anxiety, her thing, she's so traumatized,
Oh yeah, you can feel even the irritation that she shows as she's trying to find the door is just oh great, the door's locked. I love when the door's locked. It's right. You can feel Pomni's frustration, irritation, anxiety, all that stuff.
I mean, from the way Zubal even explained, how everybody was, how everybody's being treated. Ragatha's very nice. What was it? Kingler, crazy. I think I forgot what.
And Jax likes to with everyone.
Yeah, supposed to screw with everybody.
Yeah. And then Zubal brought up the idea of Pomni being so scared whenever she comes out of her bedroom, and we do see that.
I mean, it must make sense because they literally just came out of nowhere. I mean, you saw it from the first episode of Digital Circus. She just came out of nowhere and can't escape at all.
Yeah, I gotta say, her facial expressions are some of the best of the show. Pomni's facial expressions is priceless.
Yeah. I'm just pointing out the most important parts of the episode, but the episode overall, again, looks great. But I do want to explain one thing about this episode that shocked me. How fluid was the animation? Because it tells me that they improved the animation quite a bit compared to the previous episodes.
I definitely will say, yeah. If you look at the animation closely, you can see how, the animation's a bit brighter. It's a bit more fluid. Of course, the first two look stellar as well still, but I feel episode 3 takes it up a notch.
I looked at Jax and I looked wow, he looks so much brighter, cleaner.
Yeah.
I see Pomni and it looks oh my God, it looks so much, she looked brilliant. I don't know, but they polished it up a lot. And it took them a couple of months for them to make episode 3. And I feel this is just an ongoing trend for Glitch Productions because it feels what they'll do is that they'll make their episodes, as clean as possible while, obviously waiting for a couple months for the next episode to say.
Yeah, I have a feeling that episode 4 is going to take it even more of a notch. It's going to be even more polished.
They're not really giving out hints anymore for episode previews or anything like that, which I think is fine. It just gives us more into the mystery of what Amazing Digital Circus will be.
Yeah, honestly, I like when, when the shows do that. I like the directions episode taking in terms of, they're not going to reveal what the episode's about until it actually releases. Yeah. Because it leaves us guessing what it's going to be about.
Right, exactly. So I I do love the approach that Amazing Digital Circus is going through. Something tells me the animation is going to improve a lot again in the 4th episode. And something tells me maybe we might have another like Pomni X, like I don't even know what next relationship she's gonna go through. Maybe Zooples, maybe Ragatha, or Jax, you know.
Hopefully Jax. I do want to see what makes
maybe Jax
tick.
like finally breaks down and probably needs comfort from Pomni in order for them to survive the next adventure.
Like he'll break down Angel Dust style.
Oh
like,
God! But I don't see Jax as an Angel Dust. I know he's a jerk like that, but Angel Dust has at least a heart.
I mean, the only thing the two have in common is that they both have their snarkiness and also their height. That's really about it.
Besides the height, it's just more like Jax feels more of a jerk compared to Angel Dust.
Obviously, but I have a feeling the next episode hopefully will dig deep into why Jax is a jerk.
Yeah, I really hope so. But again, look, they have more episodes of Amazing Digital Circus, so again, it's on the way. I would say not bad of an episode. It's great for them to actually have this episode, especially when it came out in October for Halloween. Kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, I definitely will say, like, episode 2 is still my favorite of the Amazing Digital Circus series, but I would say this comes damn close because of all the reasons I mentioned. The animation's more polished, the horror and mystery aspect worked excruciatingly well. Like, they work very well when they blend together. And also, the therapy scenes are actually really funny.
I really hope they actually put more therapy scenes like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the next person that's going to come out? Maybe Kingler? Maybe he might come out into the therapist bed and actually talk about his problems.
Yeah, and I have a feeling like Kinger's going to, if it does happen, I feel like Kinger's going to go in more depth into his
I'm
life.
waiting for hopefully getting Zubos to actually finally go to an adventure. Maybe after that therapist session, they could probably head over to an adventure for themselves.
Yeah, because, the episode, Kane, even though he did a piss poor job of it, Zubul does dig deep into why they skip out on the adventures. And I do have a feeling that after the therapy session, Zubul is going to try, with the encouragement of others, to go.
Something tells me they will probably come in, but maybe, I don't know, if I don't see them pop into another adventure, that's fine. But eventually we have to see Zubul's, like, be pretty kick-ass or something,
Yeah, I as much as I like to see Zubul on the adventure, now, even if they don't put Zubul in the adventure, I'm hoping that they get a prominent role one way or another.
They'll see. But yes, this episode is currently out on Netflix and YouTube. So yeah, anything else you want to bring up for Digital Circus?
Nothing much I want to say, except it was a damn good move of Amazing Digital Circus to be put on Netflix as well. It helps, become more popular.
I think, it's going to get very popular.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be very popular with the fact that Netflix is a big platform for them to see Amazing Digital Circus.
Yeah, it's just nice to see an indie animated show become so successful that it ends up going to a streaming service and it shows on both YouTube and Netflix.
Yeah.
That's a mark of a popular indie series.
Yeah, and I think it's going to happen. I mean, that's what happened to Hazard Hotel when they got to Amazon Prime Video, and look at them having 2 more seasons.
Yes.
Amazing Digital Circus, we don't know. I've been hearing rumors that if it does end in 10 episodes, it will end in 10 episodes because that's what happened to Murder Drones. That's what happened when they did with Murder Drones.
As long as
they don't want to milk it too much.
Yeah, as long as they give us a satisfying ending, not leaving a cliffhanger, I definitely will say that, as long as it goes on a high note, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, don't pull a Haley's on or glitch text, please.
Yeah, no. The worst thing you could do to a show is a cliffhanger.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Disney, for leaving Haley's on it, like on a cliffhanger.
Same with Nickelodeon glitch text.
Glitch text, and okay, we're gonna put bring list. We're gonna put a bring list, big list for this, even Final Space. Okay, goddamn.
Inside job.
Yeah. All right, now let's head over to our main subject, actually talk about New York Comic Con. Unfortunately, for us, we live in a different side of the United States, so we couldn't be able to go to New York Comic Con. But from all the overall news that came up for NYCC, how excited about like media in the future?
Now, when I heard of the announcements from New York Comic Con, it made me all the more excited, and especially with some particular anime and manga news that maybe hyped up the most, believe it or not. Like there were some key anime and manga announcements that got me jumping up and down.
It's just manga. I mean, there's other things that are also coming out, movies, TV shows, and a bunch of other things that we're going to announce tonight, by the way. So
yes,
yeah. So without further ado, let's actually go ahead and start with the New York Comic Con announcements, and let's actually start off with a movie that's coming out in December. It's called The Lord of the Rings: The War of Rohirrim. Now, Okay, so when I first saw the trailer for Lord of the Rings, I thought it was going to be looking brilliant, just because it's from an anime and it's also from an animated director from Japan. It is based off Lord of the Rings, obviously the series, but it is going to be happening 200 years before the Peter Jackson trilogy.
Yeah, so it's going to be like years and years.
Yeah.
Like,
how are you feeling about this particular anime movie coming out?
oh, I am all the more excited for it. Not only to see the animation looks masterful, it looks so breathtaking, and also the action and the world building is just flawless. You know, of course, it's a given. Given that it's a Lord of the Rings project, I expect no less.
Yeah.
And so it's the best of both worlds. We got anime and Lord of the Rings combined together to make one promising project.
I was expecting, a live action series, live action movie for this, especially since it's it is a prequel to like the overall Lord of the Rings like movies that came out. But this is particularly great. I mean, just the fact that we actually get to see some like past stories for the Lord of the Rings. I mean, that's pretty sick. One other thing too is that I don't know if you watched the Lord of the Rings Amazon Prime series.
I haven't.
The Rings of Power. I heard that's been pretty good. It's having a second season coming out soon. So
yeah, I haven't watched the Lord of the Rings. I haven't watched the Lord of the Rings of Power series, but I've heard that. Not great reception, but I've heard it's been getting pretty good reception.
Yeah. Have you actually watched Lord of the Rings?
I haven't watched the series, but
really,
I've watched the movies. The movies.
I was saying, watch the movies, not the series. Watch the movies. At least you watched the first 3 movies, right?
Well, yeah. Now, the Lord of the Rings extended edition trilogy.
You're going to be watching a movie for 5 hours. I don't know if you really want to. You're literally just spending the whole entire day watching 3 movies.
The Lord of the Rings extended edition is quite possibly, aside from the Dark Knight trilogy, Lord of the Rings is my favorite.
Aside from the Dark Knight trilogy, why compare it?
No, I'm saying like the Dark Knight trilogy is my favorite movie trilogy.
I know.
Lord of the Rings comes close.
Dude,
Lord of the Rings comes close.
In and of itself, it is a really good series. I mean, I remember folks reading the books, for example. Like, the books was really, like, everybody was glued into the books. And to portray it into a movie series like what we saw in The Lord of the Rings was awesome. I just never expected it to continue. I know they continued with The Hobbit, which was a prequel of Lord of the Rings. And then they put more things coming out, like Rings of Power, and now this animated movie. Like, I understand. They want to expand more with the Lord of the Rings lore. But something tells me, like, it might be a little bit too much, but at the same time, I kind of do want to see more of it, especially when you're having something like this big, epic, like, animated movie coming out. Like, I'm excited for this for sure. Like, the way it is a female-led person coming in to defend her crown or something, defend her kingdom, and then I also heard this, like, rumor of marriage or something happening, which she doesn't want to do. She wants to fight for her own, like, love to say. Again, I'm not really into the whole, like, Lord of the Rings lore, but something tells me, like, this would be pretty epic.
I have a feeling like this movie is going to be that of the quality of the actual Lord of the Rings trilogy. Like, it's going to be up on that quality. I'm ready for it to be up on that quality because it's looking to be.
It's looking to be really good. Yeah. It's looking to be really good for sure. But yes, I can't wait for this movie to come out. It does come out in December.
Yes.
So yeah,
100% hype for this. Let's go.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I mean, if anything, it makes me want to go back into the Lord of the Rings lore.
Yeah, it makes you want to watch the Lord of the Rings movies to get prepared for this. It looks so epic.
Oh, have fun with a day of watching 3 movies.
Fun fact, I did spend, 2 days in a row watching the extended edition trilogy. So dude,
it's too much. You really have to, like, sit down and have a bag of popcorn ready for you. It's like watching Titanic.
Well, no, I mean, not only that, but also, well, actually, a better comparison to Titanic would be Gone with the Wind, because Gone with the Wind is one of the longest movies ever.
How long was that again? Like 5 hours long too?
It was about 4 hours.
But still, like, that's an old black and white film. I don't know if you really want to watch that.
I mean, if you're a movie buff or a film historian, it's definitely worth watching at least once.
All right.
But anyway, regardless, yes, 100% this, all hype.
Yeah, I can't wait for this particular movie to come out. Next up is this movie called The Electric State. Now, it does feature... It is a movie coming out on Netflix. It is directed by the Russo brothers, who made the Avengers movies and some of the Marvel movies that came out recently. Omid, you put this up on your New York Comic Con announcements. Why did you want to talk about this for a little bit?
I put this up because it looks like one of the more intriguing movies to be announced for New York Comic Con because of its concept. Like, you got, like, in the alternate version of the 90s, you see a robot uprising. Well, like, think of it as, what if, AI took over the world in the 1990s? What if AI was a thing in the 90s? Like, this movie kind of delves into it. And also, you got this cartoon-inspired robot, which looks so cute. It looks so adorable. It looks well made. And not to mention the fact of how there's going to be some voice roles in the cast as well. So you're going to see some, pretty cool, unique-looking robots. So that's what makes me put it there, is that, there are some, elements that go into, like, the voice acting and the design of the robots. So there is a bit of, animation work involved in it.
Not
animation involved, but like visual effects.
Visual effects.
Visual effects
I would say
and voice acting.
Visual effects is a different story.
Visual effects and voice acting, yes.
Because you get to see all these robots. From the way I saw the trailer, it's about this, like, one girl that, like, has a robot, like, friend herself. She's trying to find her brother, and then Chris Pratt is there to help along the way. So that's the whole entire story. I guess robots are still kind of roaming the land. From the way I'm seeing it, it is pretty much like the aftermath of how robots took over the world, and then the humans was able to take over that. Yeah.
Robots to take over the world.
So it's kind of like Mitchell's versus... Well, we talked about this before. Yeah, when we talked about this before, it feels like Mitchell versus the Machines.
Yes.
If you watch that movie.
90s Mitchell versus the Machines. That's what it feels like.
Is it 90s? It still kind of seems like a futuristic world.
Yeah, it looks futuristic, but
no, I see the cars. Something tells me it's a little bit old.
Now, see, this is a nice blend of some of the past elements, like the cars, and that takes place in the 90s, but there are also some futuristic elements that go into the world of the era of the 90s. So that's what makes it all the more intriguing for me.
Now, what I remember from this particular trailer was the fact that, like, I think I saw like a Sonic robot or something. Roaming, like a big Sonic robot, like roaming around or something.
Yeah, like one of those robots designed by Dr. Robotnik himself.
Yeah. But no, I mean, again, this is kind of an interesting film. It is coming out on Netflix soon, and I can't wait to see it. One thing that you put down on the list was there's a lot of great voice actors that are going to be coming for this particular movie. Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, Ke Huy Quan, Jason Alexander, Woody Norman, Giancarlo Esposito, Stanley Tucci, Woody Harrelson, Anthony Mackie, Brian Cox, Jenny Slate, Hank Azaria, Coleman Domingo, and Alan Tudyk. This kind of reminds me of If, because you had so many stars in that particular movie.
Yeah, it's a combination of, physical actors and voice actors. And one thing that really stood out to me, I think, like, the best aspect of it is, of course, you got some really iconic actors in this, but also you have Alan Tudyk, doing, voice-over work again. And Alan Tudyk is one hell of a voice actor.
Well, he did the GOAT from Wish, so... He
did the GOAT from Wish. He did King Kenny from Wreck-It Ralph. The Duke of, Weselton from... Frozen.
Yeah,
he even voiced a robot himself. He voiced a droid in Star Wars, Rogue One. So it's going to be his second time or third time voicing a robot.
But it doesn't matter. I think he's just well known as a good voice actor. But look at the other people that are going to be in the voice acting cast. Woody Harrelson, we know him. Yes. He was in Zombieland. He is a great actor himself. Anthony Mackie, he's funny. He's a very funny guy. And then Jenny Slate and Hank Azaria, you know them. They're all comedians to say. So he tells me this is going to be some comedy in this movie, along with like an epic adventure drama that comes along with the Electric State.
I think like in terms of the voiceover work, there's going to be a combination of comedic work with the funny robots, but then there's going to be some dark serious robots. Yeah. Like for example, you got Brian Cox there, and he's a powerful actor. He was Logan Roy for Succession, and he is intimidating in that show. So I'll say Brian.
So somebody tells me he might be an evil robot.
Yes, Brian Cox is an evil robot. I like to see like robot Logan Roy. Yes. Okay.
You know what? I can't wait to see Ke Huy Quan again. I swear to God, like ever since Ke Huy Quan got the best supporting actor, best leading actor in the Oscars.
Yes.
Look at him now. Was it supporting or best actor?
I have a feeling it was best supporting in Everything Ever All at Once.
Yeah. After he won the best supporting actor, look at him now. He's got so many movie roles now.
He's been big ever since. You look at him and you think to yourself, our short round is going up. Our short round.
It reminds me of J.K. Simmons. What happened to him after Whiplash? After he got Best Supporting for Whiplash, look at him now. He ended up going to so many movies. This is happening to Ke Huy Quan now, and it's great. Asian representation is one thing, but at the same time, he's doing great. Like all these movies. I don't know if you've seen the movie. I don't know if you've seen the. A little bit off subject here, but I don't know if you've seen the trailer for Love Hurts. But he's the star of that movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it actually,
it looks pretty epic because it kind of reminds me of him being Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Ke Huy Quan has gone so far in his history of acting, going from this little kid Short Brown in Indiana Jones Temple of Doom to becoming a very prominent actor. Yeah, you like Ke Huy Quan. I'm proud of his success.
Yeah. By the way, again, a little bit off story, but Love Hurts actually looks pretty epic. I can't wait to watch it when it comes out in theaters. And I never expected Marshawn Lynch to be in the movie.
Yeah.
It's true. It is
Marshawn
true.
Lynch.
It is true.
R-rater.
He's in the movie.
R-rater is in the movie.
He is in the movie.
You know, I actually did see Marshawn Lynch in this one movie beforehand.
Oh, he's an actor himself? What the fuck?
Like, I remember seeing him in that one movie, but he didn't have that big of a role. But yeah, he was iconic. I was just like, yeah, Marshawn Lynch. Like this makes me proud as a Raider fan. Like you have a Raider legend who's now an actor. It makes me proud.
Yeah, besides that, no matter what, I think the Electric State is gonna be interesting. Again, I'll be the one to judge when I watch it.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, so yeah, that comes out on Netflix. We don't have a year, but nonetheless, it comes out on Netflix real soon. Next, we are going to talk about Daredevil Born Again. Now, we don't have any trailers that came out from New York Comic Con, but we also want to bring up some highlights when it comes to like news pertaining to a particular series coming out in the future. For Daredevil Born Again, this was presented by Charlie Cox, who's Daredevil himself, and Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. They have announced that this series will be coming out on Disney Plus on March 4th, 2025. We've seen the preview of it at the D23.
Yeah.
So now we know that we have an official date, March 4th.
Yeah, and I was blown away by the trailer. I was, eagerly waiting to see the release date, and New York Comic Con just gave it away. New York.
Fine. That's fine with me. It kind of
no, it's a good thing. Like New York Comic Con gave us release date. I'm just like they gave us what we've been waiting for.
Right. Well, when we saw the preview over at D23, it looked pretty epic. I mean, the fact that you're gonna get Daredevil and Kingpin together. That's gonna be something.
Oh yeah, they have some scenes together, and also the return of the Punisher is one thing.
The Punisher. It's a surprise that we didn't get to see the Punisher either. Nonetheless, March 4th, 2025, Daredevil Born Again. And for all you Daredevil fans, that's coming out on Disney Plus. Next, let's talk about the Creature Commandos that's coming out on DC via Max. So the second trailer of Creature Commandos came out on NYCC. What did you think about the trailer for this show?
I have a feeling that it definitely shows much more of the Creature Commandos, more of what we saw ever since we saw the first trailer. It gives us more insight into who these characters are, what their takes are, and yeah, I pretty much. To put it briefly, because we already touched upon this in a past episode, but it definitely looks like an animated DC version of Guardians of the Galaxy, or
are they like villains to say?
Or another Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it feels very very Suicide Squad-y, just because all of them look like they're villains to say.
Like it's the Suicide Squad 2.0 because it's a band of misfit villains that are put together by Amanda Waller to pretty much.
Is Amanda Waller in this? I don't think so.
To achieve those missions, and
Amanda Waller's not in this. I'm pretty sure it's just these creatures meeting up together to defeat stuff.
If I remember correctly, Amanda Waller did have a role in this, but I'd have to double check.
Okay. Again, DC animated show coming to Max. Am I really gonna be checking it out? Not really.
I am.
Oh, you are? Okay. Are you a big DC fan yourself, or
I'm the more hyped for Creature Commandos. I'm generally a DC guy, not uber big into DC, but I do like some of their DC properties. Batman Mythos, and also some of the Justice League, and some of Zack Snyder's stuff. Not all Zack Snyder's stuff, but there are a few Zack Snyder projects.
Remember, Zack Snyder made that Netflix series. How have we talked about that recently?
I still have yet to watch it.
I know, me too. And it's like one of the top 10 shows on Netflix right now. So
yeah.
Why are we not watching that epic show right now?
Yeah, it's just I guess there's this one like promise that we broke. So
It's okay. But again, I have to figure this out myself. I don't know what Creature Commandos is. It does look pretty epic of a trailer. I might watch 1 or 2 episodes and see if I can be able to like watch it all.
Yeah.
But Creature Commandos is coming out real soon. Again, the second trailer did come out. Something tells me it's coming out real like soonish.
I think one thing that really gets me intrigued is the fact that it has James Gunn's name attached to it.
Oh, so that one would actually make it a little bit better with James Gunn on it.
And if you know James Gunn, like when he cooks, like, he can make some of the finest superhero, projects ever. Like, if you look at Suicide Squad 2021, the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, if you look at Peacemaker's show, like, he actually excels at both Marvel properties and DC properties.
So something tells me that it might actually do well under his watch.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Creature Commandos comes out for Max. Coming up real soon. I forgot what the date was. All right, so instead of comic books shows, let's actually go into the anime side of things and actually talk about this particular anime. I think some of you already know this particular anime by the way this looks. I've seen a lot of it on Twitter, right? I've seen a lot of it on Twitter.
It is one of the most popular memes ever.
I think I've seen a Ronikin one. I've seen a Sashan one or Marsan one. I've seen a Lumity one.
Yeah, you got Go For It blank.
Yeah,
like,
go for it, Ronnie Ann. Go for it, Lincoln, or whatever.
Needless to say, this meme, the Go For It meme, has been everywhere.
Well, now you can actually get to see the source of it all in an anime series called Go For It Nakamura-kun. This is a particular anime series that's going to be coming out in 2025 by Crunchyroll. They have announced that they'll be streaming the show. And based of this series, it follows a closeted high school student who falls in love with his classmate Hirose at first sight. But they haven't met. Nakamura is also a klutz who might mess things up before they even start. Well, that's kind of pretty funny from the way I'm kind of hearing the synopsis right here. How excited are you to finally see where the meme came from?
Yeah, like as someone who has been quite addicted to the meme, I even commissioned a Go For It piece of art once. That's a Ronikin one, by the way. So
I think I remember that. I think Sonny drew that.
No, it was actually Weave that was responsible for it. Our good friend Weave.
Oh, well, Sonny. Oh, okay.
No. Like as amazing of an artist she is, like she wasn't responsible to Go For Me. It was Weave.
I remember. I think it was nonetheless a Ronikin one, and I remember it was either Weave or Sunny. Again, I haven't seen much when it comes to the artworks recently. Sorry, Loud House fans.
But going back to this, like, it's nice to see that we're gonna see like you said, the source of the meme, like the origins. We're gonna see it in anime form. I can't wait for it.
I think for the first time, I actually wanted to check this out. It does look pretty cute from like all the characters and stuff. It kind of reminds me of Ranma and a Half. Like, I don't know if you've seen the Netflix series Ranma and a Half, but it's looking great so far. It reminds me of the old series that came up back in the 90s or 2000s, I believe. But nonetheless, Ranma and a Half kind of reminds me of Nakamura-kun, so it kind of is cute.
Yeah, I like how nowadays, like between this and Ranma 1.5, we're getting some vivid, bright, colorful, bright colored animation in modern anime like this and Ranma 1.5 remake.
So this is a yaoi, by the way. It has like 2 featured lover boys, which I thought was actually pretty cute.
Yes. Yeah. Like, look at the way he flashes. It's just adorable.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing is that he's a closeted kid. And to be fair, from the way I'm kind of seeing it, like, you're a closeted kid kind of feels like you're a popular kid. But having him become the popular kid or something. This reminds me of like so many like love animes or like rom-com animes. Like, I've said this in pre-show, by the way, Omid. It kind of reminds me of a reverse Kaguya-sama.
It kind of does feel that way, yeah. Not only is it reverse, but whereas Kaguya-sama was both sides, this is one side, but I do see what you mean. It is sort of reverse in a way.
Yeah, because it's not too intense. We're like, oh my god, I can't believe her. I can't make her see that I like her, or I can't make her see her like me, or something like that.
Yeah, they're not going to the intense element of it. Like, they're tackling this in a more lighthearted approach.
I'm kind of wondering, like, how the friends are going to go with Nakamura-kun, because, like, when you see Chika and the other people from Kaguya-sama, like, try to get them together, how are they going to help those two become together?
And this is what I like, is that you have a wide cast of characters there, each with their own unique style, and you get a good glimpse of what their personalities are like just by the poster alone. Like, you got the shy nerd, you got the jock, you got the
filmmaker.
Yeah, and you got the sly businessman.
You got the tough girl, you got the shy girl, you got like again, there's so many like variety of like characters in the show, and something tells me they're all going to help make this a relationship, which is cute.
Yeah, they're all gonna have their own role in a way, and yeah, I'm very excited to see what each of the roles are with the story.
Yeah. All right. So Go for It, Nakamura-kun will come out in 2025 via Crunchyroll. If you haven't downloaded Crunchyroll app yet, please do, because all the animes are gonna be coming over there soon.
Let's just say we're definitely gonna go for it, and I mean it by it I mean the series when it comes out.
Okay, next up, well, for you Dr. Stone fans, I do have some sad news to say. This is the final season of Dr. Stone, and it's called Science Future. Well, first off, Omid, you watched Dr. Stone recently? Have you been catching up on the show?
Oh, I've watched Dr. Stone. I have been keeping up with it. It's definitely one of my favorite animes to come out in recent years.
When you heard that it's his final season, though, how do you feel about it?
When I heard that it's his final season, like, while it's a bit disheartening to, find that it's going to be the final season, I'm not really complaining too much because I feel 3 seasons is adequate.
Right. And it has been through like a lot to say, and it's been good. It's been good of a series. I've been hearing some positive news about it. I haven't caught up on the show, to be fair. I heard it was just very positive, so that's all I can say when it comes to Dr. Stone.
Very much, because it shows how Senku and the gang, they've come so far, because ever since, the world kind of got erased and all that stuff, and you see, nothing but, land and grass and all that stuff. There's no towns or buildings anymore or technology. You see, and then everyone got turned to stone. You see Senku, ever since he got resurrected, not only did he build upon the world again using the technology, using his smarts, his intellect, but he also brought the other characters to life, and they helped contribute in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I do love the side characters that came along. I remember there was this one episode where, like, I think Senku was able to put glasses on that one little kid.
Yeah.
And I thought that was absolutely adorable. So that kind of made me like Dr. Stone a little bit more.
Yeah, and also, like, you got this girl who also helps out as well. They call her Gorilla or something. And then also, Senku has a pretty formidable rival of his own, and the rivalry works together when you come to discover the fact of, while they are against each other, they do have a tad bit of respect for each other in a way, but since they have different ideologies, they are bitter enemies nonetheless.
I see. So the trailer did come out for the final season. What are your thoughts on the trailer?
My thoughts on the trailer are, oh my gosh, like this season looks to be the biggest and best of the trilogy, because you see them exploring new things, you see them form even more of a bond, and you just wait to see what happens, how they're going to conclude it.
It does look impressive. I can't wait to see how this all ends, but I have to catch up with the show first.
Yes, please do.
So for those who are into Dr. Stone, this is the final season of Dr. Stone. It's called Science Future. It'll come out in 2025 on Crunchyroll. So yeah, this is going to be the end of a legend to say.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget, My Hero Academia also ends too. So
I
can't wait for that too. I'm not gonna lie.
But the thing is, I haven't caught up with My Hero Academia. I
don't care. I don't care. Like, to see it all end. I mean, it has been quite a long ride for My Hero Academia. So,
I mean, it was about time they end. I feel like My Hero Academia has been going on like a bit too long. So yeah.
I mean, nonetheless, I'll miss it. All right. Next up, let's go back to the DC verse, because we get to see this particular anime to say. It's called Batman Ninja vs. Yakuza. This movie follows Batman as he is transported back into... Oh god, is we get isekai here?
Yeah, now it's Batman's turn to get hit by a truck.
He didn't get hit by a truck. He got transported back in time to feudal Japan, where he confronts a formidable alliance between the notorious Yakuza clans and nemesis from his rogue gallery. So what do you think about the synopsis where Batman comes back to feudal Japan?
Yeah, when I saw Batman and feudal Japan, I thought to myself, it's a weird combination, yet they somehow managed to make it work with its action sequences and the way the animation is done. The way the animation is done sort of reminds me of, like, it has this JoJo's Bizarre Adventure look in a way.
It kind of does. Well, here's the thing. Like, I feel like WB animation has been, like, on top of notches when it comes to, like, anime to say.
Squad.
Well, to be fair, Suicide Squad Isekai is not great. Animation wise, don't talk about the show. I don't know if it comes to particular when it comes to this particular movie. I mean, it's made differently. The animation absolutely looks kick ass. I get to see Batman and Robin in this particular anime, which is pretty cool. And you also get to see a bunch of other DC Justice League folks here. Like, you get to see Green Lantern, Aquaman, Flash, Wonder Woman. It's like the Justice Justice League of feudal Japan coming here for this particular show.
And they all look badass with their, like respective powers and their respective distinct looks. Like, oh my gosh, like, they all look so fierce. They all look so badass. Like, look at female Green Lantern, especially. Like, yeah.
I mean, from the way she entered into the particular movie, actually, well, she just started doing her, like, Green Lantern powers. Like, literally having a green beam, doing all this, like, shape-shifting stuff here and there. Yeah. I'm like, okay, this is typical Green Lantern stuff. And I get to see, like, Aquaman, and he looks like a very old, like, god. Like, from the way you see the pictures, like, from the trailers, to say.
Yeah, Aquaman sort of like if you look at Aquaman in this, like it sort of reminds me of something like he reminds me of a distant relative of Thor. Like it definitely looks like a washed up Thor.
Yeah, why would you mix DC and Marvel?
I'm just saying he reminds me of Thor by his looks.
Right, I get it. It just reminds me of God. And then you get to see Flash, who's also like one of those like rice pickers, to say. Yeah, and he has that big hat and all that kind of stuff. It's cool that they actually like mix in the Justice League with feudal Japan. So like they have the yukatas, they have these like outfits and stuff. It just reminds you of like, I don't know, you've seen feudal Japan animated shows. This kind of feels like a more epic version of it from the way DC's making it.
Yeah, it's the best of both worlds where you got, Justice League, you got feudal Japan. It could make for, like one badass and promising story here.
Yeah, I feel like this might be a good movie for them. It is going to be made by DC. Yeah, I don't know who the anime company is, but I feel like they're going to do a really good job with it. So Batman Ninja, that will come out in 2025, straight to digital and Blu-ray. So make sure you watch it on Max when it comes out. Next is this particular show called Lazarus. Now, well, the first look of Lazarus just show how this person's like doing parkour. So that's how the trailer looks. Let's just talk about the trailer first. How do you like the trailer or the first look when you saw it?
I thought the animation looked very well done. Of course, the animation, you could just tell firsthand that it is a Shinichiro Watanabe project by the look, by the vibe.
Okay, but the vibe, yes, because Shinichiro Watanabe can always do something when it comes to music. For example, I remember he made Cowboy Bebop, is all about jazz. He made Samurai Champloo, is all about rap.
This is techno. This is
techno. So Lazarus is like pretty much all techno now. And then what was the other show? Space Dandy, which is all like, what was it? Party music?
Space Dandy was, like a bit of party, a bit of jazz, like a bit of combination.
So now like Shinichiro Watanabe is now going to touch onto techno now. And I get to hear all the like beats that pop up and all the parkour that he does in order to escape stuff here and there. So that's, again, something that I know from Watanabe.
I would definitely say, though, that it does look to be a pretty promising anime project, but, it's one of those things where it could turn out to be, like a continuation of Shinichiro Watanabe's shows being a success, or it could turn out to be a dud.
Right. Like, has he ever done a dud?
I don't think so. Like, he's done like I think the weakest that he's done personally is Michiko to Hatchin.
Oh, I love that show. Really?
But even Michiko to Hatchin does stand out to be,
it still was a pretty good show. Like, it's not like the weakest like show.
But I'm saying like, I've seen stronger Watanabe projects.
So the synopsis here says, in the utopian year 2052, again, we're going back into the future. I'm assuming Cowboy Bebop again. Dr. Skinner discovered a miracle drug in 2055. Skinner announced that the drug has 3-year half-life, and soon everyone who took it will die. A task of 5 agents assembled to locate Skinner and find a vaccine. Who's this Dr. Skinner guy? Is he the one who's doing the parkour?
It could be, because you see these 5 agents, they're looking for this guy, and this guy in the Parker is Skinner. Like, he's the one that they're looking for to hunt down, because he has the vaccine.
He has the vaccine because he's the one who made the freaking drug that almost is going to kill everybody.
And so like they need it because, well, to save humanity and stuff.
Right. So it's an interesting little story, but I just remember seeing the first look, and it's mostly just him doing parkour, and I don't know if it's him that is actually Dr. Skinner. Something tells me it is Lazarus. Like, again, there's like it's blank right now, like how this anime is going to be.
Yeah, and I think it's good that they're pretty much leaving it like this, like, you know, in terms of trailers, because it leaves you guessing.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It leaves you want to be surprised by what's to come.
Now, I do want to bring up a little side topic when it comes to Adult Swim and animes. They have had a really bad run when it comes to animes as of late. I don't know if you've been watching animes on Adult Swim recently, but Uzumaki, you know, the great Juji Ito manga, apparently was a letdown after the second episode. You've heard the rumors on Twitter. Apparently Ninja Kamui also came out on Adult Swim. First episode was great, then the rest of the episodes sucked. Fully Cooley was on Adult Swim. That turned out to be a dud. And even Rick and Morty the anime. You've heard about how bad that was, guys.
And see, this is why I said that this could turn out to be a dud, and you know, that this being on Adult Swim could be a contributing reason.
I really hope it actually picks itself up, because something tells me, because it's Shigeru Watanabe, and he's a great, like, amazing animator of animes.
He's an amazing anime director.
Yes, he's a great anime director. I'm assuming this will probably lift them off of their, like, rut that Adult Swim is going through when it comes to making their own animes.
Yeah, see, Shinichiro Watanabe, I have faith that he will pull Lazarus out of the Adult Swim curse that's been going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that, you know, Adult Swim right now is currently not doing that great when it comes to anime leaves me worried that Lazarus might be good in 1 or 2 episodes, but then after that it's gonna
Yeah,
be,
I mean, that's what happened to
crap.
Uzumaki. I loved how brilliant the animation was in Uzumaki from the first episode, then absolutely was a letdown in the second episode.
And I don't want Lazarus to fall into that trap, okay?
I don't think it will. I have a feeling like Shigeru Watanabe is going to pick up with a great anime company and then release it to Adult Swim, you know, as good as it can. So something tells me it will do well. I think Lazarus is going to do well.
We can only hope, yeah.
Yeah. Don't fail me now. If anything, they do have... apparently, the action scenes are made by Chance Stahelski.
Yes.
The director of John Wick.
Yes, and that is a stellar sign, because the John Wick movies are some of the best action movies I've seen. Like, the action, the choreography, the way the action scenes are directed. Oh, chef's kiss. So this anime needs Chad Stahelski.
Shigeru Watanabe will be the director. Chad Stahelski is just going to be there just to help direct the fight scenes, I would imagine.
Yes.
Or probably co-director, too, because, like, if you could have both of them together and they're working in sync, they could probably make a great anime series for Lazarus. So
I have a feeling, too. It's like, pretty much when you combine these two legends together, you could make for one amazing action-packed show.
All right. So yes, that will come out soon for Adult Swim. We don't have a release date for that yet. Next, let's talk about Spider-Man 2. Now, Spider-Man 2, the game already came out for the PS5. The only announcement that came out from New York Comic Con is that it's coming out for the PC. You're excited for this? I don't know why you brought this up as news, though.
I brought this up as news because I know for a fact that, you know, because we've seen PlayStation games, Sony games come out for PC. Like, we've seen, you know, The Last of Us recently got the PC treatment. And Spider-Man 2, we say Spider-Man get the PC treatment as well. And, of course, the sequel follows suit, so that's why I wanted to bring it up. Mainly for the PC fans that don't own the PS5 or can still check this out. They don't have to buy the PS5. Like, they can still check it out with their PC.
But the problem is, according to some news that we have heard recently, there will be no DLC from the PS5 that'll be coming up to the PC version. Do you find this a problem?
It's very much a problem, because if you look at the first Spider-Man game, that had some, you know, stellar DLC. So I don't understand why Spider-Man 2 couldn't just follow suit.
You have so much... Look, people's PCs can go even, like, can have more memory as much as, like, a PS5 can, okay? Why can't we have more room for DLC? And like I heard from what I saw from Spider-Man 2, the DLC stuff is actually cool to have as an extra story, as an extra skin or stuff like that. It sucks because, like, I'm a PS5 owner, I'm a PC owner as well, but I play more on my PC than PS5. So if I were to actually pick it up for Spider-Man, if I were to pick up Spider-Man 2 as a PC owner, I would love to play the game, but at the same time, I would love to see the extra stuff that also came out for PS5 too. But we can't see it anymore, so that kind of is annoying me, because as a person who like owns as a person who will probably owns a PC and will not and play the game, I will not be extra like surprised with what's going on with, you know, the DLC that is not on PS5.
I may not be a PC owner myself. I consider myself a console owner more than anything, but I do feel for you. I feel for the PC owners that do share your frustration with it.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good move. I again, something's happening when it comes to like having Sony games to the PC. There have been some gimmicks here and there. I don't know if you heard about the Ghost of Tsushima before, but they had something. There's some issue with Ghost of Tsushima going onto PC that has the people furious. I forgot the details about it, but I know it's something about DLC also. So again, like Sony, I even talked about this over at the other podcast that I was with over at the CaliCon blogcast. What is happening with Sony? That's the thing. What is happening with Sony's like in PlayStation and everything? Because I even said this: is PlayStation going down? Because it feels like all the games are going to PC. Is PlayStation like? Are we looking at a trend where it is going to end for PlayStation?
Honestly, Sony, I would say is going down the hill, especially after that Conquer disaster.
Yeah.
If you remember, that Conquer disaster hit them so hard. Like the only thing that could really save Sony at this point is Astrobot.
Well, it has been a success for that, but I don't know. There's other games that are also for the PS5. The Persona games, Metaphor also came out.
Metaphor Fantasio, which I'm waiting for a Black Friday deal for that because I'm gonna steal that deal.
Dude, it sucks. I'm an Xbox user, Xbox Live user, and it's not free, and I find it stupid because like I have to pay $70 for the game now instead of actually getting it for free. P3 Reload is free if you're on Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah,
but when it comes to Free Fantasia, I have to buy it, and I'm like, no, I can't spend $70 on a game. Why can't you put it on a Game Pass?
I think it's because the Metaphor Fantasio is still a relatively new game.
I know, but like Persona fans love it. I mean, it's something Persona. I don't know. I have to talk to the CaliCon blogcast.
I get it.
I have something to pick with like a friend of ours, who's a part of the CaliCon blogcast, and he works at GameStop. And he talks about all the gaming rumors.
Yeah.
I have to tell him, why is this not on Xbox Game Pass? Because that absolutely frustrates me. I would love to play it for free right now because I'm paying a freaking monthly fee for Xbox Game Pass, and it's not for free. What the fuck?
Yeah, man, it's just like some of the best things in life ain't for free, man. Just,
I don't want to pay $70 for a game.
Believe me, like as a Switch owner, like as a PS5 owner, I agree. Like the $70 tag could be a pain. It could be a huge pain in the ass for my wallet.
It's absolutely bad. So that's why you go for Xbox Game Pass. You only pay like a certain amount a month, and you can play as much games as you want.
Like I do feel for Xbox players that do share your frustration, even though I'm not an Xbox player myself. I do get the frustration.
Right. So again, another side story here, but Spider-Man 2 comes out for PC. For those who are PC owners, you can finally play Spider-Man 2 minus the DLC that came from the PS5.
Yeah, like unfortunately, you may not get, the DLC, but at least you'll still have a fun time with the game, whether or not you own a PS5. So
I guess they'll have fun with the game. It is a fun game overall. Yeah. All right, next up. Well, I think some of you manga fans will love this particular series coming out. But Bocchi the Rock, we have brand new news about Bocchi the Rock. But it's not actually about Bocchi. It's actually about a side character in Bocchi the Rock.
Hiroi.
Kikari Hiroi, A Heavy Drinking Diary is now announced for an English release coming up real soon.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this right now, Nate. Do you remember last week after we saw the Bocchi the Rock recap?
Yes.
I said before they need to do a spin-off that focuses on Hiroi and her band called Sick Hack. I called it. What did I tell you?
Yeah.
I predicted the future.
She only had like 3 episodes in the show, and you mostly see her as a drunk like side character.
No, but like there's so much you could do with the character. Like you can, explore as to why she drinks like, in the first place. Like,
well, she drinks a lot. She has a band. She met up with Bocchi. And then she became a fan of Bocchi. There's that. But then, we never get to see like what's going on with her, like without Bocchi, without the Keisoku band.
And I have a feeling that the timeline in which the manga is going to take place, it's going to take place possibly before the events of Bocchi the Rock, but they're also going to tackle upon like the events like during Bocchi the Rock, but presented from Hirori's perspective.
Yeah, I actually wanted to see that. I do want to see this band called Sick Hack because I want to see how they got formed, how they could still perform in their particular like area. Because I remember like Keisoku band's place in Starry, was it Nietzsche's sister's band?
Yes.
But then she performs at a different side of the town. like at a different bar or something like that.
Yes.
So there's definitely a story in there. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what makes it all the more promising is that it will capture the spirit of Bocchi the Rock while having its own different elements to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be it's not gonna have like her like Bocchi being all shy and all. This is definitely just her being drunk and stuff. How she ended up becoming in a band and how great of her music she was.
Oh, this is the anti-Bocchi. This is the complete opposite of Bocchi,
Yeah,
good sir.
you can see from like this is from the first volume of the manga, by the way, and she looks like she's ready to rock the bass.
Gosh, she looks so good. Drunk waifu, drunk waifu. Yes.
All right, but yes, I can't wait to read it. By the way, I have to read all the Bocchi the Rock manga. It's currently out on Kinokuniya in all bookstores right now. So.
Oh yeah, dude. I currently have a manga collection of Bocchi the Rock. I'm gonna continue to expand upon it.
I'm waiting till we can finally have a Bocchi here. Where's our Bocchi? We need to have a Bocchi figure here.
If you're not gonna buy her, I may.
Yeah, please make a Bocchi. I would love to have Bocchi here. We have already our best characters in the center.
And you know what? I actually just found another manga series to collect. They belong on my bookshelf. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and also I want to see more of scenes with Hiroi and Seika Ichika. Like they look to.
Oh yeah, that's right, because they know each other. That's right, from college and stuff.
By the way, I ship it.
Why?
Hiroi and Seika make for a damn good cute couple. Yes,
what the hell?
Make it happen. Make it happen. Make them a Yuri couple.
Oh, because they freaking like were clingy in the anime series Bocchi the Rock. Okay.
And plus, their opposite personalities really do help attract each other. Because you got Hiroi, who's like the fun, wild side. And you got Seika, who's a more serious, stern, strict one. I do want to see more of that chemistry.
Okay, this is gonna be a fun manga series, but I have to like continue reading Bocchi the Rock. I heard the story continue on Bocchi the Rock after you read more of the manga, so
yes,
there's that. But yes, I can't wait to see her side story as well. But yeah, that comes out next year, hopefully. I didn't get a release date, but I heard they're gonna bring it out in English. So,
and much like the OG, this manga series is gonna rock.
Of course. All right, let's go into other New York Comic Con news, because I think you guys are waiting for us to actually announce this particular thing. But let's actually go to other news. Let's talk about Phineas and Ferb. They are back. Fifth season of Phineas and Ferb is coming out on Disney Plus in 2025. This is the poster that everybody got in New York Comic Con, by the way. You get to see the band back together. You get to see Beljeet, Buford, Isabella, Ferb, Phineas, Candace, literally in the backstage. And then if you look actually in the audience, it's everybody from Phineas and Ferb that came out in those previous 4 seasons.
Yeah, all the way down to the cameo characters. Like, you do see, like, if you look closely, you see Ducky Momo somewhere.
Where's Ducky Momo? Oh, where's Ducky Momo, actually? I can see Robot Phineas and Ferb right there, by the way. So, there's Robot Phineas
you also see Carl there.
Yeah, again, so many other characters.
Ducky Momo. I see Ducky Momo there.
Oh, yeah, that's Ducky Momo right there. Right there, I think it is. And then you also get to see Milo. Milo from Milo Murphy's Law is actually in this.
Where did he come from? Stay in your own Disney show.
No, I mean, okay, so it's weird because like Milo... No, Phineas and Ferb did appear in Milo Murphy's Law too. Mm-hmm. So,
Okay, like, return the favor, I get it. And then you see the Fireside Girls there cheering their girl Isabella
Of course, Isabella, just because it's their leader. And also, don't forget...
the Ferbinator. You see the robot Ferb, the Ferbinator.
I did say the robots were there, yes. Yeah. So they are like they are like side characters from the show. If anything, it's a comeback. And I can't wait to see like how they continue on, because it's a brand new summer. And all of them are, doing their summer things. I know what they're gonna do today, that kind of shtick.
I do hope that they go beyond the shtick, because the problem with the first 4 seasons is that they heavily relied on the shtick to a point where it ended up being predictable as a result.
Okay, I get it, but at the same time, they also did be experimental when it comes to like side projects. I mean, they had a Star Wars episode, they had a Marvel episode, they had Candace Against the Universe, they had,
the episodes that actually do different things, like the Star Wars one, the Marvel one. There was even the one where they went to Comic-Con.
I'm telling you, like they're being very experimental like that, and I thought that was cool.
Now, see, that one is like, that one's my favorite of the show, because it's them doing something different with the characters, other than the usual shtick formula. You know what I'm waiting for? If Phineas and Ferb actually meets up with Dan Povenmire and Swampy Marsh, because that's what they did at Big City Greens when Tilly and Cricket actually met up with the Hooten brothers. And speaking of speaking of Dan Povenmire, I actually from the interview, like Dan Povenmire said that there's so much of the characters he wants to explore, more of. Like he wants to do different things. But I'm just like, you know what? If he does it, I'm actually all in for this. Like,
yeah.
Because these are really likable characters for the most part. So I like to see Dan Povenmire write the characters in a different way, in a way that's more refreshing. Do something more than the usual stuff.
I have a feeling because now they're 1 year older, something tells me there will be like more stories to tell. Like maybe we can have a Phineas and Isabella relationship now. You kept on teasing that forever.
Exactly. Have them in different scenarios while keeping them the same. If you do that, I will promise you, season 5 will be the best of the show, and it would help redeem the show for me.
So Phineas and Ferb is going to have back the regular cast, which means you get to hear the voice of Phineas back as Phineas. You get to see Ashley Tisdale as Candace, Alison Stoner as Isabella, of course Dan Povenmire as Dr. Doofenshmirtz, D. Bradley Baker as Perry the Platypus, and you also get to see Swampy Marsh as the director or something that leads the group. Mm-hmm. Although there is one particular cast member that will not be back, that will be Ferb. Somebody else is gonna replace Ferb. Do you think that's a big difference or not?
I think I have a feeling. I don't know. I haven't heard what Ferb sounds like yet, but like Ferb is one of those characters that's it's a very few words kind of person.
I mean,
like,
he is.
He doesn't talk much in comparison to the other characters, so I don't think it would be that much of a difference or a hindrance on the show.
But I know that Ferb has like an English accent or something, actually, from the way he talks.
As long as they pull off the English accent, like the deep English accent he had in the first 4, I think that he could do a solid job. He could be a solid replacement.
Yeah, I feel like it's not a big deal. I feel like somebody can replace Ferb's voice and it's gonna be the same thing, so it shouldn't be an issue. Of course, again, the poster did reveal some interesting characters, including those characters that happened in the previous 4 seasons. Plus, they also give me an idea about the whole fact that Milo is in that poster. So, is Milo gonna be in the show? Are we expecting maybe Hamster and Gretel to be a part of Phineas and Ferb?
Maybe a cameo, if nothing else.
Because like the Dan Povenmire verse is a thing. Because if you've seen the Chibi-verse shorts, you literally have Phineas and Ferb, Hamster and Gretel, and Milo in those shorts. Yeah. Something tells me there is a cameo appearance probably happening where we get to see Hamster and Gretel in Phineas and Ferb, or Milo in Phineas and Ferb. I have a feeling it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be. I think they're even going to dedicate an entire episode, maybe 30 minutes, to have Phineas and Ferb, Milo, and Hamster Gretel.
Yeah.
Like, think of it as the Dan Povenmire's Avengers in a way.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Povenmire literally put in Dr. Doofenshmirtz in like most of the Milo Murphy's Law show. Yeah. So somebody tells me like, why don't we have like 3-4 episodes of Hamster and Gretel, or maybe they work together like in a movie, or like a TV movie or something, like a special where you actually get to see Hamster and Gretel and Phineas and Ferb like work together to save Hamster and Gretel's town. They need their smarts to help to have Hamster and Gretel fight off whatever's going on in their world.
Instead of Avengers, they should call them like the Povengers.
Oh my gosh. The Dan Povenmire universe is actually a real thing. So I mean, if Chibiverse can do it, why not? Just like how Alphibia was for Chibiverse. You literally have Alhouse and Amphibia literally work together. That was the best series ever. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, I mean, the band is gonna come back together in 2025. How excited are you to watch Phineas and Ferb coming out?
I am curious to see how they will pull off season 5. Like, what sort of direction are they gonna go with it? Like, is it gonna be the same plot as the first 4 seasons, or are they gonna take a more different experimental approach with it?
I have a feeling they will probably take a different approach. I think it's gonna be a little bit different compared to what happens at summertime. So
if they do that, then I'm gonna say it's gonna be a refreshing take on it's going to be a refreshing direction on Phineas and Ferb for me.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to happen. So yes, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for what Dan Palmer is going to surprise us with the new Phineas and Ferb season. So yes, can't wait for this particular show. Yes,
because Phineas and Ferb are gonna do it all again.
If you were there in the panel at D23, you would like love the first glimpse of like how the show was going to be. So yeah. All right. Now, what else also happened that DisneyTVA related in New York Comic Con? Well, if you're a big fan of Gravity Falls, Alex Hirsch did have a panel for the Book of Bill. So it had Alex Hirsch and a bunch of people like talk about the book, and of course, the fans were all there.
Yes.
They even one of the fans gave Alex Hirsch, well, a particular Bill, like you can see this particular picture, like you get to see Bill, like
Alex is possessed.
Alex possessed
Yes.
with like Bill Cipher right there.
Bill Cipher, the puppeteer.
So it was pretty much a talk about how the Book of Bill was made. Alex Hirsch discussing what these shenanigans are going to happen. And of course, you get to see a lot of people ask questions here and there. A lot of them were good questions. A lot of them were obviously a little cringe, but at the same time, some fans obviously are there to celebrate Alex Hirsch. And I don't know if you've seen the videos, but there's a lot of people looking for Alex Hirsch.
Yeah, and also I love that incredible look. And if you look at the Book of Bill panel, you see like a lot of people brought their Book of Bills.
Yes.
And there was even one scene, like there was even one time where they were waving their Book of Bills.
Yeah.
It's like chorus. I was just like, yes, it was beautiful.
It was really cool. Like, oh my god. So the Gravity Falls fans are back, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, and the Book of Bill helped revive the Gravity Falls fandom back, in full form and active. I was like, made me all the more proud.
Dude, oh man, just the fact that like we were huge Gravity Falls fans back in like 10 years ago to say, and the fact that it's now revised, Alex Hirsch now bringing it back to life with the Book of Bill,
So
just tells me like there is probably more things that are going to be happening for Gravity Falls. I mean, we did have a How Not to Draw Bill Cipher episode, if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. And also, there were some key cosplayers too. I remember one of them cosplay is Gideon Gleeful.
I remember like one of them. Yeah, they were like asking a question, and he had the white hair and the blue suit and stuff. That was pretty cool. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter or Blue Sky, but Alex Hirsch did put up a picture of a literal girl like who's like 10 years old and stuff, who literally is Mabel Pines, and he literally put up a tweet saying like, I found Mabel, and it's her. Like, I don't know, Alex Hirsch took a picture of her, and like she had like all the bedazzled like things on her on her face. She had the brunette hair,
Yes.
and she was wearing the pink sweater, and we're like, that totally is Mabel. Oh my god.
The jewels, the bezazzles on her face.
Yeah.
The bezazzles on her face was an excellent touch.
Yeah. Oh god. So it was kind of cool. Like, oh my god, the fandom is back. They're all really being epic when it comes to like Gravity Falls and stuff. Like,
Yes,
yeah.
and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, the panel, by the way, is on it's on our links in the description, so check it out if you can. Shout out to the person who recorded, by the way. I'm pretty sure it wasn't supposed to be recorded.
Yeah, but regardless, he did it for the fans. So whoever did that is the MVP.
Indeed. Oh my god, it's just absolutely great. So New York Comic Con, you were treated with a big stuff of Gravity Falls. Are we expecting more Gravity Falls stuff to happen after the popularity of Book of Bill?
Now, according to what Alex Hirsch said at one point, he actually said that, usually the way he likes to do Gravity Falls is like, he likes to mix up, strange and stupid and put them all together to put up some sort of clever spin on it. And through his exact words. Now, he didn't confirm whether or not he's doing a project for sure, but he said he's open to it in some way.
Oh man, Disney, get on it.
Gravity Falls art book. Gravity Falls art book.
I mean, you have been putting Gravity Falls stuff in your recent shorts. I mean, How Not to Draw, maybe Random Rings, maybe another Chibiverse episode with Gruckle Stan hosting or Dipper and Mabel hosting. No. I would love to bring them back. Like, have Mabel back.
No, more so than anything else, we want a Gravity Falls art book.
I mean, yes.
More so than anything else.
I mean, yes, there's that. I mean, we have an art book of Amphibia coming out. Maybe if Dana Terrace gets back, hopefully we get a art book of Owl House. But, I mean, Gravity Falls animated projects, I can't wait to see them again. I mean, you have Disney, you have a big book of, like, stuff that you could put up as shorts. Make a Chibiverse episode. Make a Chibi short tale about it. Have Dipper and Mabel literally do broken karaoke again,
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what DisneyTVA is going to bring up, but Gravity Falls is back. Everybody knows about it. Gravity Falls fans are back. It's going to be huge again.
You think there'll be some sort of like Seuss spin-off that will take place in some way, shape, or form?
I don't know. I would love a Wendy spin-off if there is one.
Yes. Even better. Wendy spin-off.
No,
yes.
Pacifica spin-off. Oh, it'll be funny. It'll just be like 5 episodes of her being fashionable in Gravity Falls.
Well, you know what? You know what? Why not all the above? Like have a Gravity Falls spin-off show in which it focuses on the characters that are not the Pines. And it takes place post-show.
I know what you're trying to say, like a 5-minute short, like what they did at Moon Girl Lab.
Yeah.
Moon Girl slap. Like,
Something
why
like
don't
that.
you have like shorts like that where you have like all the other Gravity Falls fans, like all the other people from Gravity Falls doing their own thing, like you know, the officers, the officers that were there, or Gleeful, for example,
Or the teenagers.
the teenagers. Yeah, I mean,
Or Zeus and his girlfriend.
why not Gideon? I'm pretty sure he's free now after what happened.
I mean, not only is Gideon free, but he also has his prison inmates alongside him.
So somebody tells me like he may have done something with his prison inmates. Maybe they have led to another mystery shack that he made. I don't know, because something tells me like the mystery shack is done. The only person that's running it right now is Zeus now.
Yeah, and Gideon said that he's done being evil. You know, sure, he's still gonna be mischievous in some way, but he's not gonna be the villain anymore.
No, he's not gonna be like the rival with Uncle Stan to say.
Yeah,
he's not looking for those journals like what he did before. Okay, but no, I mean, it's giving me so many ideas of like what's next for Gravity Falls, because I can't wait. Hopefully DisneyTVA does something in 2025 where we are going to be shocked about what Gravity Falls is going to be about, you know? It's going to be more excited, man. It's going to be more excited.
The Gravity Falls hype is back, baby. We got Bill Cipher to thank.
All right, a couple more news before we end the episode. Let's actually talk about Cartoon Network. And they actually did drop a brand new not release trailer, but more like a first look at Ayanu, which is a brand new Cartoon Network show coming out in 2025. Ayanu looks like it's from the way I kind of saw the trailer, very reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Or more like this. It's more like Avatar: The Last Black Panther.
Oh my gosh.
Because it really is a combination of, you know, Avatar: The Last Airbender and Black Panther.
So I know this girl is Ayanu, and she has like look at the powers that she has. She literally is like glowing eyes. She has like I don't know. It's not even air. It's like some sort of magic that she has, and she like can like calm animals down. Can help friends out. I don't know the secret when it comes to Ayanu, but you know, it gets me intrigued. It gets me intrigued about it.
Now, one thing that really stands out for me in terms of Ayanu, actually two things. One is the world building. Like, it looks majestic. It looks, it looks so grand. Another thing, too, is the cultural aspect of it. It celebrates, you know, South African culture in a way. So, and so I do like that aspect. So those are the two things I'm really excited about.
I can't wait to see like about the cultural reference, because I mean, you've seen it a lot in Black Panther. Why don't we see it in more cartoons or any other kind of media to say? Maybe Moon Girl, for example, because you get to see, well, not really, because you get to see more of the Lower East Side. You don't really see much when it comes to like African like culture stuff here and there. That's where we get to see it in Black Panther. Why don't we see it in like other cartoons? So I'm really loving what Cartoon Network is doing when it comes to actually jumping to the next step and actually influence more African culture being represented in cartoons with Ayanu.
Yeah, and also one thing that has me really concerned is how much of this show is going to recycle from Avatar: Last Airbender.
I mean, well,
that's what I'm kind of scared of. It's going to be like a copy paste Avatar: Last Airbender.
Well, it's not, just because like it's so different. Because like Avatar: Last Airbender's culture was like more towards like Asia.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the cultural aspect. I'm talking more like the storytelling aspect.
I don't think it is, because the story is going to be it's going to be a whole lot different. Because like Africa's stories are like really mesmerizing and foretelling. Asia's the same thing. Why don't we actually get to see like more of like African culture, like how, you know, people lived in Africa to say.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm all hyped for the show regardless, but it's just like one aspect I just find a bit concerning. That's it.
Okay, yeah, there's that, but something tells me like it's going to be fine. I also saw Ayanu, like, what was it, with a couple of friends, and it looks like it looks to be like a very, not really slice of life-ish, just because I know there's going to be some sort of mystery stuff in it. I don't think he's going to go to like temples, okay? I don't think she's going through temples to, you know, get the powers and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure like this is something like she possessed, and she now has the power to pretty much help people around, and who knows what her goal is going to be. There's, again, the first look was just like a scene from the show. That's it. Yeah. So it doesn't really tell us like what the particular story is going to be about. That will be revealed in 2025.
Yeah, which by the way, market calendars once the release date comes. But yeah, Ayano does look very promising. I'm still hyped for the show.
Yeah, I'm definitely hyped for it. If anything, this is kind of like Cartoon Network's way of actually saying, hey, we're still relevant.
Yeah. Like, this is Cartoon Network's way of slowly trying to revive itself, but they still have a long way to go. You
took out Invincible Fight Girl. You took out Invincible Fight Girl in the Cartoon Network lineup to Adult Swim now. So that's one thing. But I also did see that you also have Totally Spies in Cartoon Network, the new Totally Spies show in Cartoon Network, and I can't wait for it. Like, I am a big fan of Totally Spies. I remember growing up with it from 2001 to like when it ended, like in 2008, and I can't wait to see how the spies are now. It's fun to see Sam Clover and Alex again. Please bring it to Cartoon Network. I can't wait to see it on Max.
And see, this is why I want this show to be successful, not just because it looks promising and it's a nice tribute to African culture, but also this could very well turn Cartoon Network around a little bit.
Maybe.
A little bit.
Maybe. I remember I did make the promise that I'm thinking that Cartoon Network will be turning into the Warner Brothers Animation Network, so.
Oh, yeah, we have to call Warner Brothers Animation Network now.
I know, I hope not, and I'm just hoping Cartoon Network still stays relevant, and hopefully they still make these projects. I mean, we have Gumball's new season coming out soon.
Then again, Deja Slavsov's ego would beg to differ.
I don't know what's going on with them. Cartoon Network, hopefully you don't die in the next coming years, please. Ayano comes out in spring 2025, so if you're hyped for this show, please check it out. All right, last but not least, let's actually talk about another Adult Swim series that you may have known about a lot. Rick and Morty. Hey, Rick and Morty. What's up, guys? So, if at New York Comic Con, Rick and Morty did announce 2 new seasons for the show, which means seasons 11 and 12 are going to be happening for Rick and Morty, and we're currently on 8. So we have 4 more seasons. So this show is going to be continuing on till 2029.
Bro, I haven't even finished season 5, and I'm still gonna.
I don't know. I don't know what Adult Swim is doing, but I know it's Rick and Morty, like their cash cow now. Like, is this their bread and butter for Adult Swim?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Like, even to this day, Rick and Morty, for some reason, is still popular.
Yeah. I mean, they even put out a first look of season 8. By the way, they're all like sketches.
Yeah.
But if one thing that I noticed too, the voice actors obviously changed because, you know, who is a piece of shit. So now the voice actors have changed, and you can totally hear the difference between the regular actor.
I mean, now do a voice actor. You can hear, you hear somewhat of Rick and Morty, like, 90% of the old Rick and Morty, but I have a feeling it's like slightly more high pitched, just a bit.
I'm not really like very picky when it comes to it. I just know that it is definitely, I can hear it from the sound. Like, I can hear it from the sound. It's definitely different. But I know he's trying his best. Like, yeah. I know the 2 actors that are Rick and Morty now, they're trying their best to at least try to represent Morty and Rick. Like, Rick's like burping and like little like talk that he keeps on talking about.
And Morty's nonstop
And Morty's like, oh jeez,
Rick.
Oh jeez, Rick.
Yeah.
Like, it's not this. I mean, it's not the same compared to that piece of shit. But it's something. It's something. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I haven't seen Rick and Morty in a long while. Now, even if you take away the fact that said piece of shit, creator and voice actor, was involved in this, keyword being was. If you take away that aspect, I kind of fell off of Rick and Morty anyways, because I feel like it was losing its touch. Okay, it wasn't funny anymore.
But it's weird. The fans still are into Rick and Morty. I'm like, I did kind of fell off too, but like, again, the fans are still being dedicated to the show. Like, I guess it's still popular to them.
And you want more power to them, but it's just like, I was there. Like, the Rick and Morty was my go-to back in 2017.
If anything, the other voice actors are still the same. So you get to see Spencer Grammer, who's the voice of Summer. And you also get to see Chris Parnell, who is the voice of Jerry.
Jerry!
He's still Jerry. They're still doing the voices, by the way. So there's that. So first off, new voice actors, an anime series for Rick and Morty. There's just a whole lot more for Rick and Morty. Are we kind of treating this like SpongeBob now? This is Adult Swim's like SpongeBob right now?
Yeah, I like to think of it as, this is Adult Swim SpongeBob. And what I mean by that is that, like, they're focusing 90% of their attention on one show while, like, kind of like sidelining the rest. And it all goes back to what I say about, balance in between shows, like when you're a channel, you gotta have a balance of giving amount of love and attention to all your shows. It's like when you're a parent, you can't just, favor one child over the rest. You gotta give equal love to each of your children.
Mm-hmm. I do have to say that this is kind of like what we're kind of treating Rick and Morty right now as a SpongeBob for Adult Swim. But we have to really look into the content. Like, maybe it's still funny. I haven't seen the show in quite a while, so I wouldn't really put my number on it when it comes to the show. But I mean, to each of their fans, hey, you have a lot more seasons coming out for Rick and Morty, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be, who knows? Like, they're gonna be a little bit experimental. It's kind of like what I'm seeing with Family Guy right now. Like, Family Guy has so many episodes, so many seasons, and they're still ongoing for that show.
A better comparison would be, this is Adult Swim's Simpsons. Like, you know how Fox likes to milk Simpsons the same way? This is like that too. Like,
I kind of feel like it's more Family Guy in this case, because like you can see the comedy kind of like milk out. When it comes to a show, Simpsons continues to like still be funny and relevant.
Yeah.
I feel like Rick and Morty kind of feels like Family Guy to say.
Yeah, at least Modern Simpsons has gotten, better. There was a time where the humor was sort of dry and stale, but it's gotten better.
Maybe if you see more of Rick and Morty, maybe it gotten better. We have to delve into like Rick and Morty again after like missing out on so many seasons.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because, like, I've heard that, is Rick and Morty season 6, 7, and 6 and 7 better? I'm not sure. I don't have the urge to really watch Rick and Morty because, like, there's something about me that's just like, I'm not as nearly as much into Rick and Morty as I used to.
I know.
Like, this was back during my college years.
I mean, I was a bit back into Rick and Morty like long time ago, but yeah, who knows? Maybe after watching a little bit of episodes here and there, maybe we might go back into it. I mean, if it is going to last 12 seasons now, maybe it's time to actually look back and see how Rick and Morty is.
No matter how this turns out, it would still be better than it'll still be better than the anime for sure.
Yeah, the anime sucks. Oh my god, please, if anything, don't watch the anime. But they're trying to be experimental with Rick and Morty, the anime. No, it definitely was not good.
Also, the next season I'm going to watch is, season 12 of Rick and Morty because it's the season in which Rick and Morty actually do get the Szechuan dipping sauce.
Oh my god.
9 more seasons, Morty. 9 more seasons.
That is true. That is going
to...
I believe they're going to reference that then, if that was the case. They probably will reference it in the show now.
They're actually going to do it. Just watch. They'll actually do it.
Szechuan sauce. We're going back to my Szechuan sauce, Morty.
Yeah, season 12, but
yeah. Oh god.
The less said about that massacre, the better.
Oh my god. Yeah. We've already discussed what happened that day.
Oh god. It is just. You couldn't make a fan base more cringier if you tried.
Oh my gosh. No. Maybe other fandoms can say otherwise.
Oh god.
But if you're a fan of Rick and Morty, season 8 will be coming out real soon in 2025. But again, you're gonna have a lot more Rick and Morty probably till 2029 because we have a lot more seasons for Rick and Morty.
Yep. To all the Rick and Morty fans, there's your food. Go get it. As for me, I'm just gonna be like, no thanks.
I'll watch it. I'll watch season 6 and see how it goes. I mean, yeah.
To all those people I say enjoy Grub, I'm just like, no thanks. I'm gonna try something else in the menu. I'm just saying.
All right. Either way, Rick and Morty is gonna last in Adult Swim for a very long time, as long as you don't make any more of the anime series, please.
Oh yeah, no, that anime series needs to die. Okay, like whether or not you like no matter how many seasons you make, I really don't care. But just please, no more Rick and Morty anime, please.
Yeah, keep it as the regular series. I think you're doing well with that.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to bring up before we close out? I think that's all the New York Comic Con announcements that got brought up that we're excited for coming up next year.
Oh yeah, there's also one more thing I forgot to put in the online. The day the Earth blew up also got mentioned.
Oh, that's right. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why did you tell me about that? Why'd you put it in the notes? Oh my gosh.
The day the Earth blew up, the Looney Tunes movie was. They had a premiere. They had some sort of like event in which they actually showed the movie, and apparently it's been getting some pretty good praise.
No, it's getting a lot of positive praise. If anything, it's a Looney Tunes movie. Everybody is probably gonna bring their nostalgia back because hey, Porky Pig, Daffy Duck, Petunia. Oh my god!
And also, it's coming out in February 2025. So
yay, it's coming out sooner than expected.
I'm already gonna see it day one.
Yes,
I'm already gonna see it day one because not only is it a Looney Tunes movie, it's also a Looney Tunes movie that is 100% animated. Like, thankfully, it's not one of those live action animation hybrids anymore. This is all animated.
I'm pretty sure it is going to be all animated. It's not like Looney Tunes Back in Action or anything, okay?
Or Space Jam.
Hey, Space Jam was a classic. Shut up.
Well, I mean, the first one, yes. The
second one, that's why I don't mention the other one. You said Space Jam, not new space, whatever LeBron James was in.
The day the Earth blew up, it is just, when I look at the sneak peek of it, like the trailer, it is just a marvel because it's basically still got this colorful, wacky Looney Tunes modern Looney Tunes animation, all formed into one feature length film, and it's gonna make you think like it's gonna make up for the death of Coyote versus Acme.
I mean, Eric Bauza, who's the voice actor of most of those Looney Tunes folks, is already giving out some big hype, so I'm assuming it's going to be hype. So
yeah, and I have a feeling that we want this movie to be successful because of the fact how it could possibly revive Coyote versus Acme.
Are you sure?
Hopefully, not only that, but it could open doors.
Dude, it fell to its deathbed, and I don't know if Warner Brothers can actually bring it back up because stupid Staslov is an idiot.
Now, I want to be optimistic because if this movie succeeds, then there's a possible chance that we could see more Looney Tunes projects, more Looney Tunes movies in the works.
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe more Looney Tunes movies, but like Coyote versus Acme, it's been a write-off, and I really hope it does come back, but I don't know. I mean, we have not really talked about Coyote versus Acme in so long.
Relief! Coyote versus Acme!
I don't hear that from Eric Bauza anymore.
At least he said it once during the Annie's.
Annie's, yeah. Oh man. But nonetheless, I think that's all the New York Comic Con news we can give out to you guys for now. I'm pretty sure it's a really fun event. I'm seeing a lot of videos about it. So some of you who went to New York Comic Con, I'm pretty sure you had a blast. We'll eventually go there soonish to say, but you know how long that'll take. We're on the other side of the country, guys, so that's gonna be a while.
Yeah, like let's just say that I don't plan to travel all the way to the East Coast in a long while, maybe even years.
I wanna still visit New York. It'll be my first time going to New York, actually.
That's cool and everything, but
have you ever been to New York?
I haven't been to New York.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should plan a trip, maybe once we get everything settled, maybe. Maybe.
As of now, it's just I'm kind of on the fence about it because, I'm saving up financially for other means. So, yeah.
No, I understand that. we're all have to focus on money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, again, anything else you want to bring up before we close out today's episode?
Nothing much I want to say except I am hyped for most of the New York Comic Con announcements, and because of that, I'm already getting my wallet ready for the manga. I'm also having my time invested and ready into the future projects.
Can't really wait to see all these movies, TV shows coming out, anime series, manga series. Just a lot of things happening for this. For particular for 2025, it's looking to be great. It's looking to be great, and we have all the content for that for sure.
Definitely.
All right. Just a heads up, Halloween week is next week. I do want to let you guys know we're going to be reviewing those new Halloween episodes of Big City Greens. What was it? Big City Greens, Kif, Primos, and Loud House.
Loud House, we're saving the best for last.
Loud House and SpongeBob. We also have to talk about the Creepaway Camp one because
So Disney Channel first, then Nickelodeon.
Yeah, we're gonna have a big lineup of Halloween reviews, and we're gonna probably be in costume next week. So if you guys want to come back for Halloween week, come on back for that.
Yeah, so think of it as this. Halloween is a holiday for trick or treat. Think of this as a big treat to you guys.
Yeah, indeed. And make sure you don't miss out on the episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and YouTube. Sorry, on Twitter and X on Anination Pod. And also, we're going to have a brand new Blue Sky account coming up. So make sure you make sure when we have that Blue Sky account ready, make sure you follow us there. And if you haven't been following us on YouTube and haven't been watching our show right now, make sure you like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also hit the bell button to be notified when we'll be coming up next. We always put up videos randomly on the channel, as well as having new episodes of the Animation Podcast every Wednesday. But yeah, that's all I can say for our socials to say.
And we want to say thank you all so much for your love and support and hearing what we have to say regarding all things animation. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we can't wait to see you guys on Halloween next week. See you later. Yes. Bye, guys.
Stay spoopy.
Bye, everyone.
Stay spoopy.
You have your Halloween costume ready, by the way?
Oh, yes. I'm sort of juggling between two costumes at this moment. Either Luffy or Aladdin. Either of the two.
Yeah, I was going to say, you didn't display your Aladdin D23. You might as well do it.
It could be my first time ever, dressing up as Aladdin, so yeah.
Maybe.